accident, one thing leads to another. Your injury leads to treatment. Treatment leads to hospital bills. Bills lead to debt. Debt leads to stress. The advocates can help relieve that stress. Having an advocate attorney on your side leads to faster resolutions, fair outcomes, and a peaceful recovery for you. You deserve an advocate.
This is the Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find the Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Hey, the Monty Show live on Monday, August 25th. Jake, why don't you just lower your chair a little more there?
Let me
you guys
tilt
notice
down
how
just a little bit.
Little
tilt,
shaky.
Tilt in
Go,
here.
A little more. Go ahead. Up a little more. Up a little bit.
Hey,
Hey, all right.
Okay.
Jake had a growth spurt.
All right.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long show. The Monty Show presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. You guys, again, I saw it all weekend long, and it was glorious. One of the things I love about living in Utah, all the kids on their scooters. It was so cool. The other night I live in this neighborhood with a bunch of green spaces, and there's probably 1,000 kids that live within earshot of my front door. They were all in this little circle on their little motorized bicycles. Every one of them was wearing a helmet. And I loved it because so many times the advocates tell us, hey, make sure you're telling people wear helmets. It's much safer. That's exactly what the advocates are doing. And I know that might seem bad for business, if you will, but the advocates genuinely care about their community. They work in their communities. They want your kids and you to wear helmets when you're riding your bicycle, your motorcycle, your e-scooters. You never know what can happen. One split second can change your entire life. Protect yourself. And if the worst does happen, be ready. The advocates are ready for you. They'll fight for you. Give them the insurance claims process. Let you get back to the best version of yourself. Right now, get to theadvocates.com and get clear, risk-free advice 24/7, 365 from the advocates. Happy Monday. Let's get right into this K-State problem. I don't know. Do you call it an Avery Johnson problem? Because you remember on the show Friday with my unbelievable prognostication skills, when I said the final score of this game will be 24-21. Final score of the game was 24-21.
My word.
Just had it flipped around. I had K-State winning the game. But, of course, that's not what happened. Rocco Becht came through huge, as we all expected. We talked about it Friday on the show. I'm telling you, that cat's going to have a massive year. The ball's on Campbell to make that call. The enormity of the moment was well within the grasp of Iowa State. They were ready. They were prepared. I just thought it was an incredible moment in time. But when I put these numbers on the screen, and you say to yourself, okay, these numbers are actually good numbers. Avery Johnson completes 21 of 30, 273, 2 scores, no interceptions, 70% completions. Yet he did not play well at all. If you go and look at the film, and I've watched the tape on this game at least 2.5 times, every one of his throws, I cannot tell you how many of those throws were off target. How many of those throws, whether he was in the pocket, when he was in the pocket, if you go look at the tape, he was terrible. When he had time to plant his feet and throw the ball was high, ball was outside. Those sideline throws, horrendous. Jake, I mean, his numbers look great, but I'm sitting here on a Monday after they lose in Dublin, and I feel like this was not at all a good performance out of Avery Johnson.
No, I mean, it wasn't a great performance out of Avery Johnson. You know, I would say, you know, just like you said, from a passing perspective, I think it's solid. You know, you're in another country playing a huge, national TV game. Like it's solid, but it wasn't like, hey, he came out and led the team and was that guy and had all the intangibles you were looking for. And, just had that sort of vibe about him. And that's kind of what I was looking for. And I don't really feel like we got that. And I think one of the most underrated parts of this game, on game day was the weather and was the field condition. It was talked about a ton. Obviously not get great conditions to be throwing the football, even worse conditions to be running the football. And so that wasn't helping them. And yeah, it's an excuse, but the reality is that I was looking for, I was waiting for the, hey, we're going to overcome the Iowa State lead. We're going to lock this down, take control, get up by a touchdown, with a few minutes left in the third, and then we'll ride off into the sunset. And frankly, that just never happened. And when you're watching this game and you see Dylan Edwards, go out of the game after that, awkward play, I guess, on the special teams play, like, I just look at it and I say, dude, like, that's not what you needed either. So I just think overall watching this game, like, yeah, Avery was pretty damn average in my opinion, if you watched the game and saw it. But I don't feel like K-State was super prepared to play this game. There were a lot of drops, a lot of just mental mistakes. Like, I just didn't think that they were super prepared coming in.
No, it didn't feel like it. And this is, and let's focus specifically on Avery for a minute, because I think this is really important. A lot of people on X were saying, oh, it's raining, it's not his fault. The funny thing is, not one of the analysts, not one of the experts blames how he played and how poorly he threw the football on it being wet, because these throws, it's not like the throws were well short or a mile over. They're a foot off. They're 6 inches too far behind. Even the touchdown throws, both of those touchdowns, and I'm not trying to be overcritical here, and I hope it doesn't come off that way. Both of the touchdown throws from Avery Johnson were on busted coverages. One was a nice double move by the wide receiver. I mean, he's open by 7 yards when the ball gets there, and the wide receiver almost comes to a stop to wait for the football. That's what consistently has plagued Avery Johnson. And I said on Friday, the same thing I'm going to say now. If you are the same guy you were last year, this K-State football team is going nowhere. And this is the same guy he was last year. And I understand that a lot of people want to make excuses or just kind of excuse away this performance. I am telling you right now, do not do that. This was not a good performance out of Avery Johnson. His inaccuracy is a huge reason as to why they did not win this game. His inability, you want to talk about a wet field, his inability to get that first down, and they gave him an extra 1.5 yards. I went back and looked at that play where he came up short on the 4th down run.
Yeah.
I must have looked at that a dozen different times from all 3 angles, and he was 1.5 yards short. There's no way to explain that away. He just didn't get the first down. And again, I understand Manhattan, Kansas, and K-State Nation, this is your guy. And I embrace that. You're in trouble, because after the game, this brawl with his family, and there's all kinds of wild stories about what they were fighting about. I don't think there's any doubt. They were frustrated with the performance. They were frustrated with some play calling, and I agree. I've warned you about Matt Wells as a play caller on this show. How many times? I think the play calling hurt Avery Johnson. Let's just keep it real. That cat needs to be outside the pocket, and he needs to be throwing the ball no deeper than 7 to 10 yards. That's what it is. Those broken routes down the field are great. You can make that throw. I'm talking about throws to the boundary where you're asking him to take a 3-step drop, turn, and throw that ball. There's a throw to the far boundary where it's just not a good throw. Like the guy's open. If you put it on frame, he's making a catch. You got a first down and you're moving the chains.
But how many drops happened because he didn't put it on frame? Like
a lot.
I look at the ones like he could have easily been 25, 26 or 30. Honestly, like he had several of them that hit his receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, there was 2 that were on the receiver, just straight drops that he hit him in the hands. But there were several more that were on their fingertips or behind them, or like you're just putting your receivers in awkward positions to try to make the catch. And I'm watching this game and I'm like, yeah, dude, like there's a lot of these opportunities. Like you shouldn't have had to run for that first down. You had an opportunity to get that first down before and you squandered that opportunity. And now all of a sudden, again, and bless his heart, Joe Jackson did everything that he could for you, but you didn't call enough run plays in this game to balance out the passing game. And so what ends up happening? You end up falling behind. Iowa State gets to use a lot more clock. And, you wind up trailing going into the fourth. And everyone's like, I'm literally watching the game. And what do I see going around Twitter? Oh, well, K-State is, I can't remember the stat off the top of my head, but it's like K-State is like 5-1 or whatever. They've won a certain amount of games when trailing going into the fourth. And I'm like, that's not happening today, dude. No. That's not what this game is. That was never going to happen.
And I think they're 6-1 when he completes 60% of his passes. So this was a true anomaly. But the notes that I have taken on this play, like I think early in the game, I don't necessarily, the fumbles, they are what they are, right? Like you're nervous. Sure. You want to throw rain in there. Okay, great. I am really pointed at the drive in the fourth quarter where they go, I have it at 4 plays, 9 yards in 1 minute and 43 seconds. And you look at the one in particular is that 4th and 1 at the 30-yard line, and it goes absolutely nowhere. And I think it was a horrendous play call. That's you've got to do better than that. You look at the 2-yard pass to Oakley. I hated that play call. Like there just were in that particular drive. He was running the ball well. And then you get that the holding call, I believe it was, on that long run he had, demoralizing.
Yeah.
Give him the football, let him run it again. Right? Like at least if we're going to put Avery Johnson in a position to be the icon of K-State football this year, let him play his style of game. You're trying to call a game, with all due respect to Matt Wells, who knows a lot more about football than I do. You're calling a game for somebody else because you're not calling this game for Will Howard. And if there's anything we learned, Will Howard is a run first, be an opportunistic thrower. That's who Avery Johnson is. And he will dominate you if you let him run first. But you got to call those plays correctly. When you're putting him in a situation where you got an advantageous start, to that drive, you had a good drive, that penalty absolutely stalls you, then why on the 4th and short? I just felt like we were trying to be cute. And frankly, I don't understand it. And I'm just pulling up I want to watch the video while I'm sitting here because it just frustrated me so much that you can't figure out how to give him the opportunity to put the football in the right spot, to let him, whatever his favorite run is, if that's a power left tackle, because he's dominant, in my opinion, to the wide side of the field. Well, why is that? Because the guy is fast. Set up a play where he's got multiple guys running in front of him to the wide side of the field. They don't do that. They don't get the first down. It just feels really, really like the coaches did not set him up to succeed.
Yeah, and to that point, I go back to what I said originally. I didn't feel like they were prepared to play Iowa State's defense, and I felt like Iowa State's defense, for the most part, outside of I think it was 4 broken plays the whole game, was pretty solid. Tackling technique was good. Fundamentals were good. Scheme was good. I felt like their pursuit was really good. I don't feel like you over pursued K-State. And I think that, to your point, like if I'm K-State and I'm playing his defense, I'm running Avery on first down a lot more. Get 5 yards on first down, get 4 yards on first down. That's going to greatly increase your first down percentage and in your ability to go and get that next first down. And that's what I didn't understand is, I mean, you talk about being cute. Like I also felt like, hey, like you guys are trying to be like nifty with Avery. You're trying to like, put him in a position where he's got to like spot the ball in these tight windows and like, make these throws that really are not his strength. And you can see him trying, but but he's just not that guy. And
But Jake,
doesn't mean he sucks.
it's his touchdown run.
Yeah.
It's a misdirection where the entire offense is flowing right side of the offense. You have motion there. So where's the defense going? The defense is following that motion. Avery Johnson is going left off tackle, and he's into the end zone. Run me something like that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I believe in Avery Johnson. I do not. I do not think that Avery Johnson is a guy that on a regular basis I want throwing the football for my team. But what I'm also going to tell you is that I think he is somebody that you have to call a very specific game plan. And again, I just encourage you, go watch the 2 touchdowns he threw. The one that is when it's 24-14, he's throwing it left side. It should have been intercepted. And I'm not trying to be a cock about it, or I'm not trying to be mean-spirited. That ball should have been intercepted. The ball on the hitch and go route, where the wide receiver breaks down and then takes back off, he stops at like the 3-yard line to catch the football.
Yeah.
That's not Avery Johnson football. Give him an opportunity where you're asking him to get left and throw the ball down the field, and let's see if you can develop that. But in the meantime, call a better flipping game for the kid.
Why are you passing in the middle of a rainstorm with Avery Johnson? Can I just ask that question?
Because I think I think they needed that. I think they needed that one where you're down. And again, I have it cataloged in that 24, when they're down 24-14. You need to throw a go route down the sideline. But what did he do in that play? If you go watch that video and you look at him, it's 1st and 10 with 6:20 to go in the game. Why is he he's rolling out left? And I'm still trying to understand. And this is a question, like I asked a really good football guy that I know, why is Avery Johnson breaking the pocket and going left there? And nobody understands it, because he can't stand in the pocket and deliver the football. So stop asking him to do that.
Yep.
Stop asking him to do that. There is, if you go watch that play, fourth quarter, 6.5 minutes ago, Iowa State's up 24-14. 1st and 10, and it's the touchdown down the left sideline that should have been picked. It should have been picked because he's on his back foot in the rain, throwing a lob down the field, instead of standing in the pocket, letting that receiver get the route done, and then throw the football when he's ready. It's just bad football, man. And again, I'm not saying he had a bad game. Look at the numbers. He didn't have a bad game. Matt Wells let him down, and Avery Johnson's not ready to be one of the best quarterbacks in college football.
Couldn't agree more. And I don't feel like that's harsh or being a red ass or any of that. I think that I think the gameplay, showed you that. I think if you watch that game, and you get out of the X's and O's and you just think about, the feeling leaving the game. With all due respect to Avery, man, because I do, when he's playing well, he's really fun to watch. But
yeah,
but he doesn't have the leadership ability that Jalen Milroe had last year, right? He doesn't have that kind of intangible, hey, it's raining, the ground sucks, like we're going through it, we're all going to look to Avery. That's not what I saw on TV. And I just look, I think that K-State's going to win the Big 12 situation got humbled a little bit. I still think obviously they can go out and do it, but I just think that the Iowa State defense and the ability to have some balls when you're in a tough situation is what I leave this game feeling like. Hey,
do you feel like
ready?
Do you feel like Dylan Edwards being out of this game was win-loss for K-State?
Yeah, because I think once he left the game, Matt Wells stopped calling run plays. You look at the way they approach the offense, and as soon as he left the game, your commitment to running the football with Joe went away. I mean, yeah, you called some plays for him. Did you really think that Iowa State's defense was just going to let up after 5 run calls? Like you needed to do a better job establishing the run in this game, and you just didn't. The
other thing I didn't understand is why. And maybe this is just me. If you're going to throw the ball, they ran it 27 times and threw it 30 times, which tells you they didn't run enough plays. right? I mean,
Right.
that
Agreed.
stands out to me. But why is J.C. Brown not getting the ball more? And why are you? And I'm not trying to be Mr. Expert. Why is Jerand Bradley only getting 3 receptions? He had, and if we're going to throw the ball, okay, I'm good with that. But you have to take a hard look at what you were thinking when you called some of these plays. And Avery Johnson is not blameless. He is not blameless. Please don't misunderstand me. He did not get help with the play calling. That's the overwhelming thing. You look at some of these numbers, third down efficiency, 5 of 13. By the way, Iowa State was 3 of 14, so it's not like they were a heck of a lot better. But you know where this game was won? Iowa State was 3 for 3 on 4th down. And the absolute circumference of I want to be gentle here because I am somebody that believes.
Can you measure it?
That Jake knows right where I'm going. I'll just say it. The absolute circumference of Matt Campbell's balls needs to be studied.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Because that play call, my friends, that is the stuff of legends. And you look at the touchdown the not touchdown to win this game.
Yeah.
Do you guys understand that was, what was that? I think a 10 or 12 play drive. That was a 12 play, 60-yard drive that they never got the ball back. And that play from Rocco Becht on 4th and 3 at the Kansas State 16-yard line with 2 minutes to go, or 2:18 to go. The cajones to call that, the onions to call that. And then Rocco Becht, who, if K-State's got an Avery Johnson problem, Rocco Becht has absolute command of that Iowa State offense. His execution in clutch moments, I just can't say enough. And how fortunate was Iowa State that Hansen didn't score right there.
Mm-hmm.
It worked out perfectly. It worked out absolutely perfectly that Carson Hansen did not get into the end zone. And sure, would you have liked to have won 31-21? Absolutely. That's more, in my opinion, that would have been a more accurate score to depict how this game went. But how fortunate were they he didn't score? I cannot say enough about the job that Rocco Becht did in real critical situations. Both quarterbacks struggled early, the fumbles, the rain. Okay, cool. This came down to second half execution. This came down to a guy in Rocco Becht who has no fear and a head coach with bowling balls. Like, I thought that was so courageous, man. Like, I love Rocco Becht for that. That's why I told you, this is a guy that's capable of being a Heisman Trophy winner. And the numbers are ugly. And I understand that if I'm criticizing Avery Johnson, that I probably am overhyping a 14-28, 183 and 2 touchdown thing. But you also understand that he had a rushing touchdown. You also understand that I thought he dominated the game. I thought he absolutely dominated the game in the second half. And
I just think there's an efficiency quotient here. Like, sure, it's only 183 yards through the air. And yeah, I mean, you're 50%, which is about in line with it's a little bit below what he usually does. I think he's 58% on the season last year. But I sit here and I say, yeah, lesser numbers, more effective plays, better on 4th down. Like, you completed the passes you need to. You looked organized. You looked prepared. You looked like you knew what the hell you were doing. You look like, hey, we're on the opponent's 3-yard line. Let's go ahead and line up in victory formation and seal this thing out. Like, that's a flex.
Not to interrupt you, but huge breaking news out in the NFL. The Bengals and Trey Hendrickson have reached an agreement on a $14 million raise this year, boosting his total compensation to $30 million. Hendrickson still is scheduled to become an unrestricted free agent after this season. So you think that little of Trey Hendrickson, you're going to give him $30 million to disappear after the season? Man, that's crazy. I think that's a huge win. What you said beforehand, we were talking about this in our vaunted, very secret pre-show meeting. I mean, I think you got this exactly right, Jake. Like they're going to pay him, and they're going to hope for one season of greatness.
Yeah, I mean, which is just what I don't understand. I mean, why would you not want to keep this guy on your roster long term? And I totally get that, there's always an odd man out, and someone's not going to get paid, or not, or maybe it's someone's not going to get paid what they should get paid, and that
Certainly.
player is going to have to make a decision on their future, and if they want the money, or if they. I mean, are we talking NBA or are we talking NFL, right? Like. And I think that Trey Hendrickson is a guy that should not be faced with that decision, quite frankly. And I think the Bengals are going to regret that. They are now an offensive first team, which I understand because it is a passing league, but you're now an offensive first team with a incredibly suspect defense that is inevitably going to cost you a Super Bowl appearance, in my opinion.
Sauce.
Yeah.
We'll find out. I mean, I think this is a great deal for Trey. I don't love this deal for the Bengals at all. It's very interesting.
And if you're Trey, are you not going to go ahead and try and get to a better situation next year? You're probably going to take a little less. You're probably going to be high 20s, mid 20s. Get to a better situation, prove your point, get over. Like what I don't like about this from the Bengals side of it is now this dude can go anywhere he wants. He can go inside the division. He can go anywhere in the NFL, right?
And I think he'll be in demand. I mean, it's much easier to move a guy when he's not demanding a trade than it is when he's demanding a trade.
Yeah, he's not laying on the medical bench on the sideline being the only one not in pads over the weekend.
Yeah, we'll talk about Micah and Jera coming up. I just I am amazed. I am amazed that this deal went down. $30 million for Trey Hendrickson. And I'll give him credit. He said, I am not going to take a single snap at $16 million. I am not doing it. And he didn't do it. And he certainly, I would assume, is going to be in the opener against the Browns. But 30 million bones for this dude's a lot of money, in my opinion. So that's a good get for him. All right, let's get to the comment section on the Monty Show, presented by our good friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks, America's favorite daily fantasy app. Cubs swept over the weekend. Monty swept over the weekend. Jake's buying beers. It's as simple as that. My guy Cade Horton the other night, I'm telling you, if the guy's not the rookie of the year, if the guy's not starting our opener, because we're 6.5 games clear in the wild card. We're going to the playoffs, baby. Yeah, we're going to be missing some time first week of October. It's over. We're done.
Stay hard.
World champions for like 15 minutes until we get swept. But my point is, great weekend on Prize Picks. Make sure you download the app. We'll have our picks for you coming up in just a bit. Let's see. Let's go back a little bit. K-State Scott. Don't call it yet. Give us a few weeks until the Baylor game. Well, I'm not saying your season's over. But what I'm saying is that Avery Johnson, we haven't even really talked about this fight with his family. I tend to agree that this is the bigger story on Avery Johnson. We don't know what exactly they were fighting about, and I'm not going to speculate on family violence. I just don't think it's something to joke about. I think if this year does not quickly right itself, I agree with all the people, all the talking heads saying he's gone.
Here, let me fix it for you guys. Let me make this really clear. So 6 weeks ago, or not, probably 2 months ago, when Nico left Tennessee, what did we say? Oh, Tennessee needs a guy who's mobile, needs some development throwing, but surely Josh Heupel can do that, right? Hey, would be a really good fit for Avery to go ahead, hop in the portal, go get that bread, go get the SEC, go get a better opportunity.
And by all accounts, he did that.
You guys are idiots. He's never leaving. He's staying. See, he told you so. But now what do we get? Week 1. I might add, week 1 in another country. Your family's out here getting in fist fights with people because you lost a football game? Are you serious?
Yeah, well, it's not with people. It's with each other. This was his dad and his brother.
Like,
brawling in the puddles in the stadium. And I just think it's a brutal It's a brutal reality, and I think you look at this fight, and I think this is a really critical time. If you're a K-State fan, I think you need to be very careful here, because I think if you lose Avery Johnson this early in the season, and when I say lose, I don't mean that he's leaving or if you mentally have him check out, you're in real trouble here. This whole thing will go to hell in a handbasket. And when you come back out on this field, and when you step out and you're taking on who, I guess it's North Dakota this weekend, you better beat wholesale ass, because I think, if I'm being honest with you, K-State should have won that game, and they didn't. And I think there's a lot of reasons why, and Avery Johnson's probably one of the biggest reasons why, but this can go bad fast.
Well, and I don't think it takes a brain surgeon to say that the play calling was definitely suspect from the offensive side for K-State.
I don't know. I don't know how many K-State fans agree with me on that, but I feel like this fight's a bigger deal. And to your point with Josh Heupel in Tennessee, there were a lot of people who were like, he was talking to them. They were exchanging offers. He decided he wanted to stay in Manhattan. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. And you guys are all like, oh, he would never leave. He's our boy. Well, how much of your boy is he?
Bro, where have I heard this before? Did you not say that about the great Will Howard? Right?
And we've been here, but and I'm not trying to be a red ass about it, man, but we've seen this movie before. If this goes bad, he will be gone. And I just don't know how many times are we going to have this problem with a quarterback at K-State? Because Will Howard, if it doesn't hurt your feelings that he went on to win a national championship, maybe you're just dead inside. Because you can't be happy about it. You can't tell me you're happy about it. There's I don't know. Man, I'm probably making too much out of it, and I'm happy to say so. Connor Stallions. Was anybody go past well in that rain? Apparently Rocco Becht does. Because the rain, I'm telling you, the rain was not an issue in the second half.
No.
This game was won and lost in the second half. And it is, I think Matt Wells doesn't trust Avery Johnson. That's what I think. Because Matt Wells is not a foolish individual. Matt Wells, and I understand he hasn't called plays in several years, but Matt Wells is no rookie. He's no first timer. He's not new. Matt Wells knows what he's doing. And I am just telling you now, I don't know how to make it any clearer. There's a problem. There's a chemistry problem, and you're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Big time. K-State Scott, bad coaching on the K-State side. Play calling was horrible.
Couldn't agree more.
But doesn't the play calling tell you he doesn't trust Avery Johnson?
I mean, I think it's a variety of factors. I think that's one of them. Yeah. I don't know how you could trust Avery throwing. I like anybody. So I don't blame him for that. But I don't feel like K-State had a lot of answers in terms of adjustments mid-game. Like, this is what I always say about sports, and again, I agree. Matt Wells knows more than all of us. Yada. Okay, cool. Great. He's a football coach. We're hosts. Okay. But how is it that there was if you know so much more and you're prepared and you have access to all those tools, how is there no ability to say, like, yeah, you know what? Like, obviously Avery is not a pass first guy. Like, we can get some gains there, but really we have to get the running game going in this particular showdown, in this particular matchup, in order for us to successfully go out and run our offense. Because if you get the run game going, that opens up a lot of bandwidth in the passing game in the playbook. Obviously, that's a core fundamental of football. And that just never happened for you. And I don't know. And then I'm like, all right, well, hey, it's pouring rain in the second quarter. Probably a really good idea to get Avery going on the ground specifically. And I just didn't see a lot of it. And I just don't feel like that's a hard thing to identify. I don't feel like it was difficult to be like, yeah, Iowa State's in their base defense on 1st and 10. Like, let's run here. Like, let's get 4 yards. Again, 4 yards 3 times and we have a first down. It's not that difficult. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I wish, yeah, but apparently it is that difficult.
Apparently.
It is.
Because make no mistake, that was a
It is
winnable game
frustrating.
for K-State. That's a winnable ball game.
That's a game they should have won.
That you
They
did
should
not
have won
win.
that game.
Yeah.
They should have won that game. Mike Smith, when people blame the QB for the loss, that is simp talk. Listen, if that's how you feel about it, I look at the way that he was operating in certain sets and certain formations. And again, I always look at how do big plays happen. And I think one of the things I've learned, and you guys are going to be stop, drop. I covered an NFL team and had the great luxury of sitting with a great NFL mind diagnosing offenses and watching Mike Martz diagnose his own Rams offense. Will teach you how to watch tape. And he always used to look at what was my quarterback's performance on the big plays that were made. When we hit a home run, was his footwork good? Did he make the right read? Did he skip reads and progressions and just go over the top and ignore the play call? And like you're wondering to yourself, okay, if I'm Avery Johnson and like that play down the left sideline for the touchdown, I say to myself, that's not a good throw. And looking at that play, and maybe I'm wrong. Again, I'm not Matt Wells, but maybe I'm wrong. There's not a chance in the world I believe he was supposed to roll that pocket left.
No.
The line did not block that way. They didn't have an edge. They didn't have there was nobody trying to seal. It didn't appear to me like that's just what he wants to do naturally. Get away from the pocket. Let me throw off of 1 foot. And so the ball is short. And I'm telling you, you can say I'm being a simp by blaming the quarterback. I think this is probably 65% on Avery Johnson's inability to stand in the pocket and hold his water. And the one throw that the first touchdown, to JC, I think that ball's got to be out in front of him. But this is who he's always been. And I say always. This is exactly who he was last year. And what did we hear about Avery last year? Oh, he broke records, 25 touchdowns. That's great. It's not how much money you're making. It's how much you didn't make. It's not how many touchdowns you throw. It's how many you didn't throw.
Which was fully on display in this game.
And again, I'm just going to tell you, go look at the touchdown plays with his arm. Go look at the 2 touchdowns he threw. And you tell me, is that clean, well-executed football? And the answer is, fuck no, it's not. And if you think that's well-executed football, you're watching the wrong kind of football. Because it's not Monty, the turf is soaked, it's wet. It has nothing to do with him breaking the pocket, rolling left and throwing not a great pass out on top there. And a ball that, again, I'll say should have been picked off. But Jesse Crump says Matt Campbell's a good coach. I think he is. He's brave. It was a 3-point game, but it felt like Iowa State dominated. They looked far more prepared.
Yeah.
They looked my biggest concern was Iowa State's ability to compete at the point of attack, and I think they competed.
Yeah, dude. They had
very,
no
very well.
problem. Man.
Yes.
They had no problem.
And I think, largely you start looking at some of the trench play and you compare, who really controlled the line of scrimmage. Well, if we get into that game and you start looking at, like total yards, pretty even, 383 to 313, it's really not that big of a difference. I look at rushing per attempt. I mean, K-State ran 4.1 yards per carry. Iowa State ran for 2.8 yards per carry. Right? I mean, the K-State defense was pretty good up front.
But
pretty good up front.
What is the big difference? Oh, that's right. Attempts 46 for Iowa State and only 27 for K-State. And that to me is the thing. This is my point. If you had been more committed, even after Edwards leaves the game with the ankle, if you'd been more committed to it with Joe Jackson and Avery and, just use your different options, mix it up, you probably would have opened some things up. And that's where I say, like, I don't disagree that Avery cost them some points in this game. That's just undisputed. There's no way to argue that. But I think the overall, if I'm a Wildcats fan, my biggest concern is we just didn't look like we were just overly prepared, just in a place where, hey, no matter what happens, we know our strategy. We're going to work our strategy. If I asked the question to a K-State fan, what were you trying to do in this game? What was the approach? What was the preparation? What was the strategy? I couldn't tell you because I don't feel like you were committed to doing anything well, honestly.
Well, and the thing that really bothers me, like about K-State's defense, I look at the 4th and 3 play to Hansen that was a touchdown, not a touchdown, that ended the game. Go watch the safeties. There's motion that Iowa State sends a wide receiver in motion across the formation, and they absolutely set up K-State's defense because you motion away, you motion to the right, the safety adjusts, the other safety adjusts over the top. And where did the football go? On a play where K-State, I think, tried to blitz and just never even got close to going home. It went right where that motion left, right where they vacated with that motion. And you had a linebacker. And, my note says linebacker never had a chance because that linebacker had stopped his feet completely because of the motion. And when you go back and you look at how Rocco Becht operates there was no play action in the backfield. That's just a snap. He is 100% backpedaling, but look at where he put the football. The football is on the guy's chest while he's running forward. And the football's out here, right? Like, it's just really good execution. And the K-State defense, I don't know if you want to say they overcorrected. You had a linebacker who was flat-footed, standing still, recognized the back coming out of the backfield on a screen. And at that point, you're dead. The linebacker never had a chance. I think K-State's defense, if I had to put a percentage, again, because Mike Smith says I'm stupid and I'm a simp, I would put 60% of this on Avery Johnson's inability to execute. I would put 20% of it, 25% of it on Matt Wells and some really interesting play calls. And then I think I probably in multiple situations because I can pick holes in K-State's defense on all those touchdowns. I probably put about 15% of it on K-State's defense. And I'm very interested to see how K-State fans feel today because I'm really curious what that looks like the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. Like, do we get a bounce back? Do we get a dominating performance? Like, I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remains to be seen.
I would love to tell you, but I'm hoping that K-State comes out and beats wholesale ass in the next 2-3 weeks, and we forget this game until it really matters in October and November. That's when this game will come back to get you.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, you basically need to not lose again until some massive game at the end of the year that's deciding positioning in the Big 12 championship game. I mean, that's what you're going to lose week 1. You then have to rip off 7-8 in a row and put yourself back in a spot where you're really confident, like really got a lot of momentum, and just doing it week in and week out.
Yeah, I think that's going to be interesting, and I'm going to butcher his name, but look at the touchdown. What was that, a tie game? It was a tie game in the third quarter on the touchdown to Brett Eskildson.
Hey, Brett Skillett.
Yeah, nice skillet, bruh.
Yeah.
But that's a tie game at 7 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And again, it's a phenomenal throw from Rocco Becht. But the K-State corner's running for his life. You have a corner getting beat to the pylon, and he never gets his head back around, and there's no cover over the top there. Like, that's some questionable. Is that execution?
Yeah, it's garbage safety.
I don't know.
That's all it is.
Because it's not really even that great of a double move.
No.
I mean, Skillet Boy just dips inside and then goes. I mean, I just think there's a lot of people to go around here. The number one is absolutely, without question, in my opinion, Avery Johnson's poor performance. That's me. Mike Smith, Iowa State winning in the trenches on both sides of the ball made the biggest difference. I don't think Iowa State won on the defensive line. That's my opinion. I think K-State was able to run a lot of offense. And you go back and you look at, again, I'm a guy that believes that third down stats are really important. 5 of 13, great, but look at the rush yards per attempt for K-State, 4.1 yards in the rain. That's a rain stat, right? Like rushing yards per attempt, you have very little leverage on your feet. They ran for 4 yards an attempt, right? And you look at the way that Avery Johnson ran for that touchdown. I'm not even willing to say that K-State was better up front or that Iowa State was better up front on either side of the ball. You look at that screen pass to Hansen to end the game. Now, granted, they didn't get home. There was all kinds of K-State pressure there.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I think that the Iowa State, front seven I thought was really good. Now there was opportunity for K-State, and they just didn't take advantage of it. But I always felt like, certainly in the first half, the second half opened up a little bit without a doubt. But in the first half, felt like Iowa State was in this place where they were flowing really well the football. Again, they looked prepared, so they were in the right spot and in a strong position to make tackles. I think that I wouldn't say that they dominated the trenches, but what I would say is that when Carson Van Dinter is out here leveling dudes on the sideline like multiple plays in a row, dude is prepared. Dude is ready, and dude is here for it.
I think Iowa State won this game at the wide receiver position. I think if we're gonna start handing out balloons to people,
blue ribbons and stuff.
Like, you go back to the first touchdown throw again. Rocco Becht's a stud. That's what I'm gonna leave this game with. There's no pressure up front, to Mike Smith's point. I don't think you're wrong about that, Mike. I mean, K-State didn't get any pressure. Rocco was able to fully step into a throw in a 0-0 game and just lace that football onto the hands at the back of the end zone. Like, you look at a throw like that, but he's also 1.5 yards clear. I mean, the DB is like reaching for his waistline,
also not
right?
rolling the pocket too soon.
He stood in there and delivered. And again, I think, Mike, you also make a really good point, because, one of the notes that I have on Rocco Becht's down with 6:43 to go. I mean, he pretty much went untouched into the end zone there. And there was a huge seal block on the right side, huge seal block by 85, the tight end. And having watched that play like 10 times, you know what? The right tackle also got a really good push out. So Rocco didn't have to do much, and you had your guard pulling. You're right. You know what? I'll give you your flowers on that, Mike. I mean, the Iowa State offensive line on the Rocco Becht rushing touchdown, excuse me, had all day. So I think there's some credence there. You're right. One game does not make a season. Not saying that K-State will tear it up the rest of the year, but one game versus a quality opponent does not mean K-State will suck.
Nobody said they were going to suck the rest of the year, bro. Nobody said that.
But when Avery Johnson, he simply was not good in this game. 2, when your family, when your dad and your brother are into a physical confrontation with each other, that's not good. When your body language sucks, that's not good. When the offensive coordinator, who's in year 2, seems to have zero chemistry calling plays with your quarterback, that's not good. So I said, you know what, Mike, to this point, because you're right, you're absolutely right. if they come out and they swoop wholesale ass, the Army game, like let's look at their schedule. If you look at K-State's schedule, North Dakota State, that's a 35 point win. The Army game, that one, you better tackle better than you tackled in the rain. Hopefully you do. And then the other game, your first road game, it's going to be hot in Tucson when you go to Arizona. And the Fighting Fafitas, for everything they're not, they can get the ball over the top. Noah's got a cannon. So we're going to find out. I don't think the season's over. And if my messaging is coming across that way, the thing that bothers me about K-State is, again, the quarterback does not seem to run the play correctly. Because if you look at the quarterback and if you've got an over route down the left sideline, a crossing route underneath, and then a guy running a wide post, let's say, you cannot roll. That's the other thing about that touchdown throw. Why are you moving the pocket left when it just doesn't make any sense to me?
I think the best way to vocalize this or verbalize it is, hey, you threw a touchdown, right? Hey, you threw the touchdown, got it done, but the way you went about it was completely wrong and will not work against better competition down the line, and probably doesn't work against average competition 50% of the time, 60% of the time. That particular play just worked out.
And you know what really worries you? Who's going to beat Iowa State now?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, not to be the master debater of the obvious, but I think there's a couple of potholes. They don't have a road game that I'm worried about. They're better than Colorado. I think Rocco Becht, I'd smash, period. They've got too much. They've got Arizona State, but that game is in Ames. The TCU game, if your defense holds up in that game, that could be a 38-35, 41-38 kind of football game. Because you and I both know TCU's putting up numbers. The Kansas game,
you should beat Kansas.
It's at home, so you would think that's in Ames.
Your defense is good enough to beat them.
And my guess is that Jalen Daniels is going to be drinking out of a straw for the rest of his life by then. That's just a guess based on what I saw this past weekend.
Just they were playing such an incredible team that the beating he took, was totally understandable.
Bro.
Come on.
My back hurts. I'm sure it does.
Come on, bro.
But I don't know that Iowa State's going to lose a game this year.
Spinal.
They miss every out. Their road games are at Arkansas State, Cincinnati, Colorado, at TCU, at Oak State. There's not a tough road game there. I mean, not for a team that looked as good as they look, right? I mean,
and then what are the home games again?
Their home games are South Dakota State, Iowa. Iowa's a game. Arizona, BYU, Arizona State, and Kansas.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Kansas, Arizona State, and BYU. BYU does not have a quarterback of note.
But Monty, dude, Bear, come on.
Freshman quarterback. Oh my God.
Yeah,
at least this guy's not going to be having sex with Utah fans.
I know Buddy's
heard that one over the weekend.
Dude, I know Buddy's not dude from Michigan, but he'll do. His first name is Bear, okay?
Yeah, I listen, I think that's the biggest thing I take out of this game is I don't know that Iowa State's going to lose again.
Yeah.
Or at all. And Matt Campbell, I wish.
So the real question is, let's say that Iowa State wins the conference.
Can he go to Notre Dame, please? Can Matt go to Notre Dame and take Rocco with him? We'll win national championship every single year for eternity.
Yeah, what are you, Big Daddy Magic with Victor right now?
No, but Rocco's going to be on the Cam Rising plan and stay at Utah for Notre Dame for 7 years. And Jesus Christ will make that happen. He'll turn water into exemptions.
In God's name, image, and likeness.
Okay, we should probably move on. Brandon Unruh. Hey, Brandon, how are you? Avery Johnson had a great game. No, he did not.
Dude.
No.
What are you doing, dude?
No, he did not.
We show up.
Here we go.
Listen, I'm not even. Last year, I fully admit I'd have shaved the guy's head. What is that hair, jackass? This year, okay, you're back. You've kind of earned it after 25 touchdowns. Now I'm back to, okay, we're at least going to get a pair of scissors, because you can't tell me that he had a great game.
Hold on. Look at the comment. Look at the comment. Dang near 300 yards. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's review. He's not even close to 300 yards, dude. 273 is not dang near 300 yards, bro.
Listen, none of that matters. I don't care. I have a graphic of his numbers today for this specific reason. Congratulations, you lost. And a lot of it is do you understand? He could have had 5 touchdowns. He could have had 5 touchdowns yesterday.
Should have?
Or Saturday. Nah, could have. I'm not the should have guy with because you still got to have, young 20-something guy catch the football.
Yeah, fair.
He could have had 5 touchdowns. Right? He didn't get the 4th down. Let's not pretend that great numbers from a quarterback. And again, I'll even use my guy Caleb Williams, Mr. Cry on My Titties, right? Like, you look at Caleb Williams. Oh, he's a bust. He sucks. He can't play in this league, Monty. Almost identical numbers to Jalen Daniels. Oh, Jalen Daniels. Give him the Heisman again, even though he's not in college. Oh, my God. Oh, please take my daughter and her cousin and their best friend and everybody at the pool party, Jalen. They're going to line up to service you because you're so amazing. Hey, what about Caleb Williams? They had almost a similar, except Jalen got sacked like 50 less times. He's a bust.
Because it's garbage.
No. Go look at the plays where Avery Johnson was successful. Go look at the 2 touchdown throws. Go look at the one to JC, and you're going to see that ball needs to be here, and it's here, and he comes almost to a complete stop at the 3-yard line.
Hot ass.
He's not a good thrower of the football. And we can, I guess we can go back and forth about it. But the idea that
that's controversial, bro. Like,
no, and the idea that he had some great game, he didn't have a great game. Should have kept Justin Fields, right? Yeah, because he's looked amazing with the Jets.
Man, wow.
Mr. America, Josh Allen. Here we go. Who cares? We're talking college football, guy. UNLV. Oh, I hope Phil Venzer's not here, and if he's not here, I hope you're not dead from your chest exploding. It's gonna be a long year in Vegas. I mean, do you guys tackle? Do you practice tackling? Or is it too hot in Vegas to practice tackling? That defense is not good at UNLV. I mean, such as in like that tackling coverage.
Hey, look here, man.
Do you guys know you're supposed to try and stop them from catching the ball? Are you guys?
You guys know when you play zone coverage, you're not playing man coverage.
I mean, you know the difference, right? I'm just asking.
Well,
Coach,
Monty, we're playing triple high safeties here, Monty. Man coverage.
That was, and I know you know this, that was Idaho State, who put up 555 yards of total offense.
Dude.
No, I thought wait a minute. That can't.
Brother. Length and girth.
I believe that says 31 of 52. I believe that says 4 interceptions thrown. Idaho State was 31 of 52 and got picked off 4 times and still only lost by less than a touchdown. And they had the ball 29 minutes and had 10 penalties and 25 rushing attempts where they averaged 6.5 yards a carry.
Dude, bro, you know you're supposed to tackle the ball carrier, right, guys?
Good
Right?
God. I don't even know what you say about that. Like, what? Oh, God. Oh, God.
And there it is.
Phil, do you have a bottle of aspirin or some, nitroglycerin or something? Because I don't want your heart to explode in your chest here, man.
Dude,
Is this the worst defense we've seen at UNLV? And that maybe Dan Mullen's wife needs to teach him how to get handsy.
If you guys ever kick it, we'll flow.
My God, was that a horrendous?
Yeah, they were doing the opposite of that. They were doing the let's get not handsy approach.
Good Lord. Go Iowa State. The Todd father's back. Hello.
Oh, dude.
K-State will be on the bottom of standings for weeks now until the Big 12 starts, right? You got to win the Army game. That's the one I'm a little worried about. I just beat Army, go Navy, right? Yeah. The stadium guy, James, at least for 1 week, Oak State's not in the last place. There you go. Yeah, UNLV looked horrible. Rob, hello, Rob. UNLV's defense was almost as bad as the Mountain West Network broadcasting. Could be. TJ Beck. Thomas Joseph Beck. I don't know.
Hey, airplane pilot guy.
Yeah, Timmy Johansson Beck. UNLV looked shaky. Stanford. Oh, my God, Stanford.
Bro.
Stanford may not win a game this year. Kansas could be a surprise. Tarleton State is making PSU's Vic question having a program all in all an interesting day.
Okay, when you say Kansas could be a surprise, do you mean that Kansas could be surprisingly crappy after what you saw over the weekend, or that you're saying they had a dominant victory as far as the score column is concerned? Because I have concerns.
I am worried about Jalen Daniels' viability for the season. Somebody's got to tell him, who are you, Shadeur Sanders? Stop taking hits. What are you doing? Stop taking hits. I am amazed. I am amazed that we're in a place where we're not able to get out of bounds, throw the ball away, don't take a hit. Avoid collision avoid. Put a sensor in the guy's head. Collision avoidance. What are we doing? You cannot take that kind of hit in college football. You can't, in my opinion. Phil Venzer, our defense is a work in progress.
Oh, that's what we're calling it. Okay.
Oh my God, I love it.
Okay.
I love it. I am okay. Monty, love that shirt. Thank you. It is
nice.
I know, shocking. Callaway. It's already too big, which is disappointing because I'm fat. Oh yeah, Eric Wasikowski is probably celebrating. I love all these people hating on Shadeur. And they're like, oh, see, I told you he's a bust. Yeah, he thinks he's all that. So let me get this right. And again, I'm somebody that believes I'm pretty good at watching tape. And looking at every one of Shadeur's snaps, and this is all online, please go do it. Do you guys understand he was playing with nobody on the offensive line? So we went from playing mostly ones and twos, and Shadeur plays really well, to playing guys who got cut and practice squad guys on the offensive line. And all of a sudden, he sucks. See, we told you. Okay, how are we going to handle this Shadeur Dylan Gabriel thing? Well, what we're going to do is play Dylan Gabriel with the ones and twos, and we'll play Shadeur. We're going to have some vendors come down and put on uniforms. They'll be his offensive line. And yet idiots like Eric Wasikowski, see, told you, that young, confident black guy, he sucks. Give me a white guy. Welcome to Florida. right? Like, it's so funny to me.
Give me a white guy.
Well, it's just it's so classic to me.
Better make him 6'4" and 220 as well.
And exactly. And then Wasikowski's like, oh, well, it's over here. Conspiracy theorist Monty. Yeah, no, it's called preparation for the show. And I actually watch.
How about it's calling Wasikowski out for his dumb take on Shadeur Sanders guy?
It's incredible. It's incredible. You fell right into it. Right into it. Did Monty hit a witch with his car? Some old dude yelled.
What are you talking about, bro?
You guys, it is way too early in the week to be drunk on the show.
Yeah,
it's only Monday and stuff. Kansas D secondary looked good after they went to man coverage, but they sucked at zone. Well, I don't even care. I'm more worried about. They got the white guy Flacco. They do.
Yeah, right.
They do.
Yeah.
Right. Gabriel screaming A. Smith was bashing Sanders on First Take today. Absolutely ridiculous. You can't. I understand you can't do the things he's doing. Okay. First of all, stop taking sacks. Like backpedaling, running away from 5 defenders, throw the ball out of bounds. You're out of you gotta mature. You gotta grow.
Stay in the pocket, dude. Stop backpedaling so much that you're like.
I even understand why he was evacuating the pocket. Like he was playing with nobody. And you look at go look at his snaps and look how many defensive linemen and linebackers beat the offensive line. It's a ton. It was an ugly performance. There's no way to, but I love the fact that now they're like, oh, they suck and he should be cut. Shut up. Like, at least understand what you're talking about. James needs to be careful about calling anyone out. Dude is walking around with a pocket rocket in his rectum. Oak State James had a procedure where he had an electronic device that's now housed in his butthole. His words, not mine.
What did we call it? What did we call it? The Colinator 9000, dude.
I mean, listen, when you sit in a rectory all day, I totally understand it. You need that little extra stimulation, and you just click a button. It's like, I'm here, man. When you drive a Honda Civic, how hard is it to get excited? Very difficult.
Stay hard
to get excited. You're driving a Honda Civic. Yeah. You need to hit a button to feel it move. Okay.
Wind it up, brother.
Okay, we should stop.
Brother.
I was referencing the Thinner movie. Monty looks good. The meds are working. Hey man, I'm a big believer in Zepbound. My wife thinks I don't do enough cardio. She says,
there are people in the comment section. Dude, there are people in the comment section commenting about how your cheekbones are protruding more.
My cheekbones are not protruding more.
Well,
facial recognition.
I wish they were. But Zepbound's great. My wife has got me doing cardio. Can I just tell you, cardio sucks. When you get to the gym at 5 a.m., cardio sucks. When you get there at 5 p.m., let me tell you, cardio still sucks. Doesn't matter what time it is, cardio sucks. It's not good. It's not good.
Well, honey, let's get on the stair stepper today.
She doesn't call me honey. She just calls me, hey, fat ass, let's go do some cardio. I'm passed out asleep. She doesn't do this. But my wife is convinced that I have to do more cardio. And
probably so. Probably so.
It is what it is. I'm lifting. She's like, my doctor told me 6 days a week, you got to raise your heart rate.
That doesn't mean cardio. That notice not 6 days a week of cardio, 6 days a week of raising your heart rate.
She don't want to hear that, man. She don't want to
hear
hear
that.
that.
A guy of simple taste.
Yeah. Zepbound's been good. It is. I'm thrilled with it. Walk for the cardio. I do steady state. I don't run anywhere except from the cops.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
I don't run from the. Anyway, steady state cardio, 3.5 incline at 3 miles an hour for 20 minutes this morning, and then 5 minutes on one end, 5 minutes on the other end. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, 5 minutes on each end, you know.
I hate I flippin' hate cardio. I hate it. 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 You know. Yeah, Daniel Dixon says run to the food. I get up and run to the kitchen. You know. What's Monty losing fast? Fat and or hairline? My hairline's fine. Well, it's not fine, but my hairline hasn't gone in. Everybody worries about your hair falling out on Zepbound.
But some people suffer from that if you don't get the proper nutrition. Everyone says, "Oh, we take Zepbound, use it." No, actually, it's that if you're taking Zepbound and you don't eat right and you don't get the nutrition, then you know. So it's not really Zepbound; it's the lack of nutrition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabriel, me working at Publix is my cardio at 18,000 steps during my 7-hour shift.
Damn.
I think my wife is right. I need to do more cardio. 2 days of cardio a week, fine. But I've got so much going on right now. Like, I need to play more golf. I need to get back to doing what I do. You know, pounding never mind. It's a wrong story. My point is,
Physiologically, it's a non-starter.
and tomorrow I bump up to 5.0 on Zepbound. So, you know, Gabriel, also the women's bathroom is horrible. I've seen things that should not have been seen. Well, I don't know if you know this. You're not supposed to go in the women's restroom. I know. I clean it. I work at Publix.
A motherfucking, fucking.
You know, Illumindursky, hello. Eric Wasikowski, 15,000 steps driving FedEx a day, surprisingly.
Bro,
dude,
I don't even doubt that, dude. That's
you
crazy.
guys work, dude. And
Yeah,
I have
that's
so
different,
much
bro.
respect. And that's why I said, like, Eric's not a bad guy while he's driving his FedEx truck. It's when he steps off the truck, that's when stuff
I
goes
just thought that you would appreciate me treating you like an adult.
I mean, it's just when stuff goes sideways. You know. I don't know. It is what it is. What? I usually wait until the store closes, but it's so let me get this right. Hey, what are you doing tonight, Gabe? Yeah, I'm going to hang out here. I want to go into the women's bathroom.
Specifically into the stall, Monty, because that's all there is.
Well, why don't you just go in there now? No, that's a felony. I got to wait for the store to be closed. Okay. Jesse Crum, try working manual labor without air conditioning in the desert. You'll be in great shape, dude. I did a nickel downstate in Arizona, which is to say I lived in Arizona for 5 years and I hated it.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Nah, bro. I just have stupid fatigue when I get off the truck. Yeah, like how is that not just kicking your ass? Like it is always so humid in Florida.
How many packages do you think you deliver in a day? Honestly, like what do you think the range is? Like 100? You think in a day? You think it's more than that?
God, it's got to be more than the 100.
Because I know we had at one point I can't remember the dude's name. One of the listeners was an Amazon guy, a delivery driver, and he said like during the holidays and stuff, it's like 200 some odd packages or whatever. It's like a wild number.
Well, no, Jay, who listens to the show, is a UPS driver, and him and I have been messaging because they're essentially their contracts are trying to be bought out, and
yeah,
he was telling me that in a 24-hour period, which is 2 shifts for him, like he works, he said during pretty much from Halloween, the end of October, Halloween, until the 3rd week of January, he's doing close to 600 packages a day.
Jesus.
And
bro,
the bigger issue is he lives in Los Angeles. And he said the hub there, his hub, they don't care. They will smash your packages into his truck to the point where he can't get out of the back of the truck. He can't get out of the right side of his truck. He's like, the first 10 stops, I'm opening the driver door and getting out. And usually I don't know how many people realize this. He was telling me they almost always exit what would be a passenger seat, like that side of the truck. He's like, they just pack that thing full.
Dude,
And he's like, I'm done working when I'm done delivering. When the truck's empty, I'm done. And he's like, it's well over 1,000 packages in 24 hours when you look at how their shifts are stacked. Like, you guys are madmen, Was. Like, I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't. Imagine the rage when Eric has to deliver a package and there's a Dem politician sign in the yard.
Oh, taking that Biden-Harris sign out of the front yard. Damn liberals.
Monty does cardio as a master debater.
That's right. That's right, dude.
Bro, real quick, because then we got to keep talking college football here, but I did arms yesterday. I've only been back lifting, I think, for about a month. Do you know how little volume I can currently lift? Like, I'm trying to do curls. I used to curl 50-pound dumbbells. I'm struggling to military press 40-pound dumbbells right now. And I can do that like 10 times and I'm beat. Right now, just like full-on curls, I can do 30 pounds. That's it. And then I can do like 2 reps at 35.
Do you even lift?
It just go. Where does it go? Like, it just leaves the human body. It just goes away. And it's so hard to get it back. Tomorrow morning, when I'm bench pressing, I really hope that I can crack like more than what I do last. I did 155 pounds last week. Like last Saturday morning, I think it was, or whenever it was. And it almost damn near killed me, dude. Yes, stay hydrated. Dude. OTC Mapes, FedEx, huh? With your takes, I took you for working for the Brown brand. Wow.
Damn.
Okay. I want to see more family fights after losses in P5 conferences. I feel terrible for them. And I know that this has been a point of people laughing. Like, how could it possibly get dialed up so bad during a game where you're just, Jake, could you ever imagine us sitting in a game and getting into a physical fight?
No.
I can't even. What would that conversation even have to be?
I mean, one of them probably said Avery Johnson sucks, and that's probably what the fist fight was.
Some people are like, we should have left. Some people believe it's like, we should have left this damn place. Like, should have gone to Tennessee. I'm telling you guys.
I hate to say I told you so.
You guys think like, oh, hey, Avery Johnson played great football. It's amazing. He is a good quarterback. But he's not even halfway to his potential.
No.
Do you understand how high his ceiling is? And versus where he's playing, bro, what are we even talking about?
Yeah, it's not even close. And that's the thing that I think is difficult is that you go out, you go across the world to play this game, and in their case to watch this game, and that's the result you get. And clearly you're pissed off, and I don't know. Something, bro, reasons to throw hands are very limited.
Yeah.
And in this instance, I can't think of one reason why you actually would have done that.
Against your son and against your dad.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Like, I don't even know what that looks like, which is, hey, cool. I'm glad I don't know what that looks like. Yeah. I don't want. Was says 150 plus 200 coming up in October. Do you guys get driver assistance? Do you get like a helper in your truck? Because I guess UPS is eliminating that. UPS is not giving them helpers anymore. They're doing this whole thing. UPS is trying to buy out their drivers and save cost. And FedEx, I think. Yeah, that's crazy. They're doing close to 1,000 packages in 24 hours, and you're telling me, like, he's been keeping me up to date on what they're arguing about on the labor front. FedEx or UPS is like allegedly lowballing people, and it's crazy to me. Crazy. I'm sure the package delivered per day is dependent on the MILFs on the route. Could be.
Well, I mean, where's Teddy when you need him, dude?
Could be. Saw a video where a guy blocked a FedEx driver so he could not leave the long driveway. The police had to come in and charge the guy. Like, why?
Why do that?
Why would you do that? I just don't even understand that. We're already seeing the Christmas trees coming into the warehouse here. Where do you work?
No way.
Oh, my wife and I, we were walking through Costco and there's already like Christmas toys out. Dude, Christmas shopping's underway, man. Like it is. Does it not get earlier and earlier every day? Thank God I haven't seen pumpkin spice latte yet, because screw you. But there's already Christmas. Do you remember that year, Jake, that we sold pumpkin spice latte?
Yeah. Yep.
Nespresso pods? Dude,
that was a rager.
We sold pumpkin spice latte Nespresso pods on eBay, and we were making hand over fist. It was wild how much people were willing to pay. Let's see. Monty's new vanity plate. Arms Day. I got my boring ass license plate.
Well, ZA7924.
My wife said until I lose 5,000 pounds, I can't get a vanity plate. So it's going to be a while. It's probably going to be like 6 months. Johnny Gonzalez, that was 5,000. Okay, thanks for listening, Jake. Monty getting armsy while UNLV needs to get more handsy, dude. You ain't even joking.
What's up, big bro?
Soon Monty will come in with big overinflated lips. I'm on that Botox thing.
Massive filler, no lines in your forehead, Monty.
God, there's 3 letters. No, I'm not going to say it. Nope, not doing it.
DSL.
Not exactly, dude. My manager wanted me to go in the bathroom midday. I said, hell no. But yeah, cleaning bathrooms not pleasant, dude. You got to get on that checker life. You got to become a cashier. Aren't you guys, are grocery store employees still union? When I worked at good old Jewel in Northbrook, Illinois. Hello. When you're a checker, when you check people out, we were union. We got paid exceptionally well. And we got paid every Wednesday night in cash. It was amazing. TJ Beck, wait, I thought you lifted something heavy every time you go to the bathroom, Monty. Well, no, because I got your wife to help me. See what it is. Probably should move on. Mike Smith, that happens more than you think. Old grandmas think I'm a damn GPS flagging me down too. Oh, that would be annoying. I bet. King of Thailand, who's moving to Thailand November 11th. Monty, length and girth, get to 45 times a month. You'll get stronger.
Length and girth.
Bro said get to 45 times a month.
Can I just ask? I'm married, so I don't have a lot of use for the 21 time a month rule.
I never sucked any ding dongs.
But can I? Why, Jake? I'm glad you think that's funny. 45 times in a month of forearm strengthening? Where do you have to, like, do you guys not work? That's crazy. Cal loses to OSU this coming weekend. Oi for Cal. OE for Cal. Okay. Dude, Cal and Stanford might not be good. Lopes fan Gabe. I've heard you lose muscle strength twice as fast as it takes to build it. I believe that. Take 1 week off, lose 2 weeks worth of progress. Oh my God. Take 1 year off, lose 2 years of progress. Bro, I don't even doubt it. I think I'm pretty much past the stage of soreness, or at least I feel like I'm not getting crazy sore anymore from lifting. We did a pretty good arm day, and I hate to say this out loud because I'm sure I'm going to catch hell for this, but we did some Smith machine squats.
How'd that go for you?
Not well. That my inner thighs and hamstrings. Well, what are you doing there, Monty? Your inner thighs are hurting, huh? Shut up. My leg day is, I hate it. But you're not wrong. Bro, it is my stated goal in life to get back to 225. Benching 225, I'm fine. Then after that, I'll never lift again. My wife will have me doing 8 days a week of cardio. It'll be amazing. Sounds like something that would happen at a Philly Eagle game, bro. Where are you guys at on this fighting thing? is this a bad look for Avery Johnson, or should it have no impact on him?
It's a bad look all the way around, bro. All the way around.
For K-State and Avery Johnson.
Yes, because for Avery Johnson, what's one of the first questions he's going to get asked if he wants to transfer? Well, hey, Avery, are your dad and family and all them going to fight in the parking lot after the game? You know, like, that's going to be the first thing they ask, dude.
What do you guys think they were fighting about? And we probably shouldn't even be guessing at it, but what do you guys believe? I have to think it was frustration over how that game was played.
Yeah, and when you're that close to the program, I mean, you know things that the
program
average fan doesn't know. You know what I mean? So, like, there's probably added frustration. You know, and I think that, you know, I mean, if we can sit there and watch the game and know that the play calling is mid at best, if we're being nice, then, you know, and it needs to be said too, you're overseas in Ireland, and you know, you probably had some beers too, so that probably didn't help your cause.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching some of those, that throw down the left side. You guys should go watch. You guys should go just search YouTube or X for Avery Johnson touchdown pass, and you'll see that play down the left side is not a good look. It's just not.
Okay.
Yes, Jake.
Quick sidebar. I've just received another email from YouTube TV. Listen to this.
Yeah, I resubbed.
Yeah, so did I. But here's the deal. Hey, quote, we want to be transparent about these discussions. If we are unable to reach an agreement with Fox by August 27th, their content may become unavailable.
Oh,
in
boy.
which case, our subscribers will get a $10 credit. Bro, it's 3:27 Pacific on the 25th, and you're telling me you got a day and a half to get this done?
2 days from now?
Come on, bro.
I don't mean to
how hard is
complain about this. I'm so tired.
Come on.
You guys, I'm out of gas. I'm watching TV like this. I cannot continue to. We just cannot. I can't keep watching TV like this. I'm telling you guys now. I hate watching TV. Like, I'm trying to find where this is on and where that is on. And hey, like, I'm trying to watch Tommy Fleetwood's awesome win yesterday for the Tour Championship. The Cubs are on. You know, like, my wife's like, yeah, my wife would rather watch golf. She's actually a fan of watching golf on TV, or at least she fakes it very well. And she was like, yeah, I'd rather watch golf. She's like, can we flip back and forth? I'm like, no, we can't. The Cubs are on the MLB app. Golf is on the YouTube TV app, which you can't flip back and forth to with a back button or anything. Like, I'm just so fed up. Like, I'm trying to watch. I can't remember what it was I wanted to watch. Oh, shit. It was the Iowa State K-State game.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch the Iowa State K-State game on my TV in the ESPN app, and it would not let me watch it on the TV. I could watch it on my phone, but it wouldn't let me cast my phone to the TV. So I had to re-up to YouTube TV to see it on the big screen. Like, I'm so tired of the games we have to play to watch anything in any kind of order. Like, it just pisses me off to no end.
Yeah.
And I at some point, somebody's got to do something that puts us in a position where I have one app. Oh, I know what it is. It's called cable or satellite. You know why I miss cable or satellite? Because I didn't have to do this.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do this nonsense where I have to figure out this, that, and now YouTube TV without Fox. Okay, I really don't care. But if you make me miss Big Ten football, I'm going to punch you in the face, man. Like, I just, at what point do you just figure it out?
Yep.
I'm just over it, man. I'm so tired of it.
Yeah, and I think most people are, man. Most people are. And
it is so frustrating to me.
There used to be a feather in your cap as a dude when you could man the remote for the day watching TV with your buddies, and you knew all the channels like the back of your hand, and you could just flip around, no problem at all. No problem at all. Can't do that anymore.
So frustrating. I just, Gabriel, and again, as illegal as it is, it's stuff like this that makes people sail the 7 seas. Heck, LeBron was caught watching on a pirated website. I will never do it. I'm a big believer in supporting people's content. But it is so frustrating to me. And I hate it. They better file for bankruptcy. Who should file for bankruptcy?
Yeah, what are we talking about here, bro?
100% DTC and over the air. Love it. No looking back. Yeah, you're probably right. Cable type service of the internet is getting as bad as the regular cable service. Prices go up. Certain networks want more money and so on. They're already asking me for more money. I will not be paying for Red Zone. Suck it. I'm not doing it.
Nope.
I just subscribed to the ESPN DTC app and now they want more money for Red Zone. And it's not that they want more money for Red Zone and I don't have to worry about it. They are ding, Red Zone's now available. Pay me a left nut. Like, no, I'm not going to do it. No, I am not doing it. I am not doing it. I'm so tired of dealing with it.
And you can't make me do it.
Lopes fan Gabe for $5. Speaking of fighting, have we talked about Shiloh yet, dude?
What do you want to talk about, bro?
Well,
he got cut. It is what it is.
No, oh no. The fight is why I'm a big believer in this. I think he was a practice squad guy from the jump. But when you're getting in fights and games again,
okay,
come on.
The fight. The guy was railroading him up to the goal line, and he threw a punch that he didn't need to throw.
Yes.
In the heat of the moment. Let's not act like the dude got in some brawl on the field. What happened with Shiloh is every football game, see it all the time. Like, let's not make it out like this is unique to Shiloh or that's the reason that he got cut, because that's not the reason he got cut. The reason he got cut is because he was not good enough in camp to make the practice squad or to make the 53. That's just the reality of the situation. Don't try to tell me that his ass getting run over by a tight end and him throwing one sucker punch in his own defense is why he got cut.
But I think he was a practice squad guy. I think when you start throwing punches, and I think that was the second preseason game he did that. When you can't control yourself, they're not going to put you on practice squad. I would not be surprised if he never plays in the NFL. That would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Canadian Football League written all over him. There's no doubt about it.
But when you're a fringe guy, when you're Jonte Porter, you can't get caught up in the stuff he got caught up in. When you are Shiloh Sanders, you can never, ever throw a punch on a football field. Because one, you're Dion's kid, and two, you're a fringe player at best. You got to be better than everybody else. I agree.
But I think that's just two different conversations. I mean, what did he need to do to earn his spot is different than why did he get cut, right? Like, what did he need to do to earn his spot? Yeah, he needed to play a little better. Basically, if you're a fringe guy, you got to be perfect all through camp. No mistakes, make every play, stand out, be a great teammate, give them 1,000,001 reasons to put you on the roster, right? And I totally get that, and I'm down with that. Nobody's going to sit here and accuse Shiloh Sanders of being some great football player at the NFL level, because he's not. That's just not who he is, and that's fine. It's totally fine, dude. The guy is going to go and play Canadian football. He'll probably see a practice squad or two in his career before it's all said and done, and that's totally fine. He won't be the first, and he's not going to be the last. Like, it's cool.
Yeah. I don't understand the whole fight thing. I guess I just don't get it. I don't know. Was says bigger fight is what Raja Jackson did. Jesus, did you guys see that?
See, now that's not joking around material.
No, Rampage Jackson's son. Raja Jackson is Rampage Jackson, the UFC MMA fighter Rampage Jackson, or retired now. His son's a professional wrestler and was in a wrestling match. I don't pretend to know the particulars of what pissed him off. I just saw the video, I think on TMZ, of him just whooping wholesale ass of a guy he was in a wrestling match with. So much so, he put the guy in the hospital. Like, the guy is in stable condition now. Dude, this has lawsuit written all over it.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Just
went way too far with it. Way too far.
Daniel, even WWE fans now have to have ESPN and Netflix app to watch the program. Dude, I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I just can't do it. King of Thailand, I sold my car, selling all my possessions. It's kind of mind-blowing that in the next 79 days I am gone. Dude, I'm so happy.
Well, you're still going to watch the show, obviously. I mean, that's a non-negotiable.
I'm happy for you. I hope you just are. I hope that you dominate it. Boyd Lake. You can't give them an excuse to cut you when you're on the fringe. Exactly right. The punch most people saw was the second or third one that he threw. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Joey Harper, the king of prize picks. By the way, how about fat ass hitting home runs? Did you guys, Cal Raleigh is just whose name is Dumper because he's got, well, a caboose.
A fat ass.
Just hitting bombs over the weekend. All-time leader in home runs by a catcher in a season now. And not like fence scrapers, like skyscrapers, like bombs. I guarantee you if YouTube TV loses Fox and can't show Texas, Ohio State, YouTube TV might as well file for Chapter 11, dude.
What I'm saying, dude.
You're not even
Facts.
you're not even kidding.
Yeah. I mean, that's spot on in my opinion.
Mikey hits me on Twitter and says, Monty, I really appreciate all the love for UPS. I'm a driver. Yesterday, I did 200 plus 250 on my truck. They asked me to take a buyout, $1,800 for every year I worked. I'm a 20-year man. That's a slap in the face. Ooh. God, is that all? What does that work out? Did they really offer you guys $1,800 a year? Is that times? So you work there over 20 years and they offered you $40,000 in a buyout?
I would agree that's a slap in the face.
Are you kidding me? The job is harder than ever, and they're letting just anybody drive a UPS truck. Good luck, guys. Yeah, I really appreciate. I'm a union guy. I think you guys know that. I'm a big believer in labor unions. I'm a big believer in protections. I'm a big believer that you have to have work conditions mandated. And if they're offering you $1,800 a year, that's crazy. That is
embarrassing.
And if you're a 20-year man and you're going to offer me $40,000, that's what my buyout is. Like that's ridiculous. And if for everybody, and we've talked about this with Donald Trump, the elections, the Teamsters, like you look at the unions in this country, and I think a lot of people forget how powerful they are. And you forget that people like UPS drivers, they need protections, or they're if they didn't have union protection, they would be getting nothing. They'd be getting fired or laid off, or
yep.
It's outrageous to me that we take Amazon drivers, and I know that UPS drivers, we have at least a dozen who have reached out to me from watching the show. They don't like being compared to Amazon drivers. I get that I understand it. But when you look at the package delivery people, you look at truck drivers, people who are on the road making it happen, and I hate driving extra trucks. We were coming home the other night from Topgolf, I think it was on Friday night, and I'm in the rocket ship, right? I make a move to the left, and this truck just but those guys are of vital importance in this country. And you look at what UPS, FedEx, Amazon, you look at what those guys go through on a daily basis. Do you ever think, like, in this wild ass tipping culture, like, do we ever tip our delivery package guys? No, but we'll tip the idiots at Protein Foundry, right? Like the tipping culture.
Got to tip the Grubhub driver.
What they go through on a daily basis just to make sure that box gets on your porch, and God forbid you put it on the steps instead of the porch. Dude, we don't think about it at all. CDL is no joke. You can't just let anyone do it. Dang, be safe, bros. Here in Utah, I hate the roads here. I remember AMC did that prior to the start of a new Walking Dead season when it was still huge. It's so frustrating. Whoa, sorry about that. Comment dump. That's why the only union I've joined is the Teamsters. And I believe the Teamsters play a vital role in making sure that a lot of things in this country that you don't think twice about gets done. I'm telling you. Gabriel, and wait a second, real quick. I'm so tired of these networks pulling this nonsense right before the season starts. Spectrum did the same thing with ESPN and Disney during the FSU game.
Yes, they did.
Dude.
Yes, they did.
But I think it's their only leverage. Jeremiah Champion, husband is a trucker. Dude, that's a calling. Mike Chase, I have my CDL and it's hard to deal with everything. I bet it is. It's a tough job. If you've never driven a truck through the great state of Montana or Wyoming, dude, it's tough, man. Johnny Gonzalez. So how does this work? Fox plays hard to get with YouTube, and YouTube TV lets pirate streams Fox. I don't know how at the end of the day it's going to play out, but we're the pawns in it, because are we getting, what are we getting out of it? Oh, we'll give you $10. I don't care. I want to watch football, man.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Well, what YouTube is saying is that, from their side of the negotiating table, YouTube is saying, hey, well, people are still going to be on our platform. Like it's your loss, Fox, not our loss.
It's not. And
that's what
that's
YouTube
the problem.
Yeah. Well, that's my point, is that YouTube's trying to negotiate that way. But the reality is that if YouTube does this enough, and all of a sudden you don't have Fox, and then you don't have NBC, and then you don't and then you kind of get this snowball effect, then the YouTube TV and its greatness is no longer so great. And again, I'll still maintain it. I've been saying it since YouTube TV even became a thing. The greatest thing about YouTube TV is not when you're trying to watch it at home on your TV. The greatest thing about YouTube TV is the ability to watch it on a laptop or a mobile device when you're on the road traveling and you don't have access to a TV, or you don't have access to you don't have internet access. You're just doing it over cellular. Yeah. And our devices are so good now that the picture quality and all of that is still just as good. And that's why I say that's where YouTube TV begins to separate itself. And that's why I'm so disappointed in DirecTV for being ages behind this sort of movement. Because if they'd have rolled this out before YouTube TV was a thing, we'd still all be on DirecTV. But they didn't. Yeah.
And I don't mean to keep reading DMs, because traditionally on the show I do not read DMs. Calvin, I am a FedEx driver in Chicago, and my frustration has always been that we don't get the benefits of respect that we deserve. Oh, I see what you're saying. You don't get respect, the benefit of being respected. I even think our bosses and upper management forget that without us, the packages don't get delivered. If I don't show up, they'll put somebody else in my truck, and they won't think twice about it, and the person getting the package won't. It's a thankless job. Thanks for the shout out. I think that's exactly right. It is a absolutely thankless job, and it's wild to me. Keller, whoa. Boy, you guys are out in force on the old. Why do I get into my X things? Keller, Lone Snipes on Twitter, said, I'm a UPS driver and do 300 packages with 160 stops and 20 pickups, 20K steps a day. Damn. Wow. 20K steps a day. Keller also says, and yes, the buyout was $1,800 per year, years of service. Absolute garbage. I can't believe that.
To all, just a quick sidebar to this driver conversation. Do all of our delivery drivers, no matter who you drive for, are you guys wearing like Apple Watches or Fitbits or things? Like, how are you tracking all of this? Because all of you seem to know like how many steps you took and how many calories you burned.
20,000 steps a day?
What's the preferred device in the industry?
Damn, that's crazy. The Todd Father. So just a question, is this the time frame the show is on now? Yes, every day. Correct. Yes. Mornings to afternoons. Correct. Charlotte John. What's up, John? Good to see you. Amazon contracts out deliveries, makes it hard to unionize, making it very difficult to compete if you are legacy. quality will suffer for the consumer. I think Amazon's operation is just a behemoth. On the e-commerce like delivery side, it is, I can tell you as somebody that I sell on Amazon, I do Amazon FBA private label. Do you know how long it takes just to get a review somebody leaves you posted because of the sheer volume of reviews they get? Like, I don't know what the right answer is to fix Amazon's delivery network. It seems to work just fine. I'm not saying that contracting drivers out is the right thing to do, but dude, how many times have I seen, and Jake, I know you saw this when you lived here as well, but
Yeah.
where somebody in their Kia Sonata, Hyundai Sonata or Kia Rio pulls up in front of your house for that first thing in the morning, that 5 a.m. delivery, and they're walking around with a flashlight trying to find your plate.
Yeah, dude's got a Knicks jersey on with the blue Amazon vest over the Knicks jersey, and you're like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I don't, is there a way when you're as big as Amazon or Google or Walmart, or is there a way to streamline anything that you do into an efficient model? I have no idea.
Well, I think they're doing it as efficiently as they can. The problem is it's just not an efficient business. I mean, there's no way.
Whoa. They're doing it as efficiently as they can be profitable.
Well, of course, it's a business, of course.
Right. Well, yeah, and I'm not faulting them for that.
Yeah. I mean,
could they be a hell of a lot more efficient if profit didn't matter? Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. But they're doing it as efficiently as they can and still make their margins.
Yeah.
I think it's just important to point that out, but Eric Wasikowski. So if Fox and YouTube don't come to an agreement, does that game not get aired? Correct.
Not on YouTube TV.
Not on YouTube TV.
And the email specifically says, and I'm happy to read it to you. The email specifically has a paragraph in it about where you can view the game. Let me get it for you. It is, notice this. Notice the management here. We know how frustrating it is to lose channels, which is why it's our goal to keep Fox on YouTube TV. If Fox becomes unavailable, you can continue to watch their sports news and shows by signing up for Fox One. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Well, thanks for that, bud.
Wow.
I'm over it, you guys. Like it is. I wish I wasn't such a sycophant that I needed TV to just watch anything and enjoy my life. If I wasn't such a relentless Cubs and Bears fan, there's a real chance. Well, in Notre Dame and college football, there's a real chance I may not have TV. Yeah. I don't already have one in my bedroom. I'm pretty much going to be down to one TV here in a couple of weeks, and I'm fine with it. Hey, is Kate Clubnik almost dead in an auto accident?
Bro,
did you guys hear this story? This is kind of nutty. And I want you to understand, it's a message board post, right? Here it is. But this thing caught fire like you don't even know. To the point where Kate Klubnik's mother had to do a media press release to assure everybody he's not dead or seriously injured, because Clemson can't talk about it. Clemson is not allowed to talk about a human being's injuries. That's HIPAA.
In God's name, image, and likeness.
Do you guys believe this in any way, shape, or form? Because I'm here to tell you I do not. I don't believe it at all.
No, and I think you're totally right. It totally caught fire on Twitter, and it was like, oh, Kate Klubnik is missing time. Who knew? And it's like, dude, if this guy was in some significant accident that hospitalized him, we'd have known about it. Pete the Mole, Ross, all the, I'm sure that there's like 1,000,001 Clemson channels out there.
Somebody in the fake Death Valley would have. Somebody in the fake Death Valley would have broken the news.
Yeah, the fake Death Valley sideline reporter guy would have been out on his Twitter horse saying, "Hey, I have breaking news that's not really real, but here, listen anyway." Yeah, that would have happened. But
that guy, right? Yeah, I think I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a second. I don't believe it's true. I think, Do you guys pay attention to message boards? I guess that's the issue. Do you guys pay attention to things you hear on message boards? I'm here to tell you I do not. I don't believe in them. I think it's all hooey like this. Nothing for hooey, Jake. I think it's all hooey like this. I just think it's a bunch of BS.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the story goes, my brother is a first responder near the university. And well, about 30 minutes ago, like, dude, you're full of ass, dude. Get out of here. Like,
so you don't buy it at all?
I don't buy it even a little bit. I think it's completely made up. And I think, fake Death Valley fan needs something to talk about.
I need something to talk about, and I think you guys know the only thing worth talking about this time of year is Notre Dame football. Now, I got to tell you, every time I see this,
Stay hard.
it moves a little bit. And dare I say it moves isn't the word. What would be the word? Full twitch.
What's an erection?
Dude, I love this logo. You want to talk about 45 times a month? I can't remember who said that. I'm all into, let's go 50. Well, I stopped there. Well, I stopped there, right? I love this logo. Jake? Now, I know you hate, when is parade? I know you hate Notre Dame, but are you in on this logo? What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice, dude. It's really nice. And I think that, I like that they modernize this a little bit. I like that they are going sports specific with their logo. So it's not just the football logo they've redone. They have redone every logo depending on your sport, which is great. I think that the cool thing with Notre Dame is, as usual, it's super unique. It's super on brand. This is not, I like that they didn't overdo the logo, right? Like, they could have really botched this thing, but this is straight to the point. Like, if you look, the benchmark is, in my opinion, hey, if you look at a logo, do you know what it represents? If I look at this, 1000%, this is Notre Dame's logo, no doubt about it. And that's what I like about it.
The thing I don't like that you said there is you question whether Jesus is a good graphic artist, and you know that he is the son of a Jewish carpenter. Yeah. So I don't understand how you could question whether or not the son of a Jewish carpenter is a good graphic designer. If you look at this, I mean, you can't tell me that JC didn't do a great job putting this thing together.
God bless.
Yeah. I mean, it looks really good. And again, like the press release, notice what they did here.
You just have nothing to add. I just said Jesus Christ is a good graphic designer. And you're like, man, I love this thing. I love this thing. The way that it looks, and you know what it is? He's got his balls in his hand, which is a sin.
I'm the best there is.
You go to JC's dad and say, hey, I got my balls in my hand, and you're going to hell, right?
Okay, fuck you. How's that?
You got nothing?
What am I supposed to say? The logo looks nice. What do you want me to do here?
I think it's genius. Yeah, that is literally God's name, image, and likeness right there.
Yeah, dude.
That's
In
exactly
God's
right.
name, image, and likeness.
Notre Dame logo has gone bluey on us.
Why are you referencing kids shows? What does that even mean?
I don't know. Thailand?
Get your ass over to Thailand. Okay?
Why would you say such a hurtful thing? That's not nice.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Monty likes the Rudy logo.
Yep.
Facial recognition.
Rudy. I love in the movie they have the whole stadium. Rudy. That never. Jerry Faust. Former coach. Okay. Notre Dame logo should have a gold dome.
No.
Not the Fighting Irish logo.
No, he's got to have the fedora, dude.
Yeah, he's got gold on the fedora. I totally agree. Like, no, I think it's good.
No, it's good, dude.
He's running angry because he has the squirts. No, he's running angry because they don't have a quarterback. That's not nice, Jake. Don't make fun of Oak State James like that. King of Thailand, 45 times a month. That's one pop in the AM. Hence, AM Wood, then 15 days a daily double. Hey, listen.
Hiscock.
You've clearly put thought into this, man. And if that's you, Thailand, you do you.
Holden Middick.
John, love the Notre Dame. Listen, and if you and if you can pull off a triple play, you're really cooking with gas now. That's a lot of okay. Love the Notre Dame logo. Will enjoy watching a fight between it and the new American Conference mascot, Soar. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Money.
Yeah, right? I mean, is that not what this is, dude?
Dude, lats.
Brother,
you guys, when you do lat pull down right, and I put a lot of time into figuring out how to do a proper lat pull down. It works out your lats. I know, crazy. Crazy when you do a lat pull down correctly, it works out your lats.
Wow.
Who knew? JC had holes in his hands, not balls. Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Bro.
Wow. Logo dude is missing a finger on each hand. Did some tragic rectory accident cause the what? Wait, whoa.
Okay, put it back on the screen.
Whoa.
He is.
No, you just can't see it.
No. On the other hand, on the offhand.
Jake, shut up. You just can't see it. He's perfect, anatomically perfect. Jesus doesn't make mistakes.
Quote, anatomically perfect.
Notre Dame, our mother.
You watch your mouth there, toot pants. Could be. He might be missing a finger. Monty is all lat in a bag of chips. It's all lats in a.
See what he did there. See what he did there. Yeah.
See what he did there. Notre Dame logo has length and girth. I agree. And oh god,
girth.
Here we don't start with the 4-finger leprechaun. Don't start. And you guys, the only one who wants a 4-finger leprechaun is your mom. And this
the biggest load that we've seen.
Mom jokes never get old. They never get old. And the best part about this is that it allows me to easily transition into should Notre Dame join a conference? To which I say no, because again, as we told you, let's see. What have I told you on this show?
No.
Well, can they schedule? Yes. Do they have a TV deal? Yes. Do they have access to the college football playoff? But Monty, they don't have access to a bye. Yeah, buys went away now. For the conference champions, you don't get buys anymore. Yeah, just stack them. Best teams top to bottom. We're always the best team top to bottom. We're getting that bye. Brian Kelly's dead now. Dude can't count to 11, but let me tell you, if we're one of the however many best teams, we're getting a bye. I always tell you that, right? Heather Dinich.
Hey, Dinich.
Hey, Dinich. She's amazing, by the way. Former colleague. Sources at Notre Dame have said that the SEC scheduling decision, quote, further solidifies our independence.
What?
The SEC will still schedule non-conference games against the Irish. The university still has a committed TV partner, a home for its Olympic sports, the ACC, and a path to the college football playoff. Those have always been the key to independence for Notre Dame. I don't know how many. I do know how I do it. I am not only good looking.
Just a tip.
Yeah, I am not only good looking. I'm really smart, and god damn it, I love myself.
Good
45 times a month. Yeah. Living right on and off the field here at BYU, Notre Dame, the Catholics and stuff. Notre Dame needs cheerleaders in short skirts, Catholic school uniforms. Dude, they have them. We have them. Trust me. Why do you think my wife won't let me go to Notre Dame games? Because I have to do my cardio because I'm fat. You know, I'm just telling you. Notre Dame logo can't pass as well as Avery Johnson. Dang, that missing finger.
well, you're not wrong.
Problem is, Notre Dame Fighting Irish logo guy can't pass because he's missing a finger. What's Avery's excuse? Ho ho!
Ho ho!
Ed Enriquez, come on, Monty, get off mom jokes. I just got off yours. That is so good. See, that's what this show's about. That's what this show's about. You know, Notre Dame should never join a conference unless they have no option left. My guy.
Yeah.
Damn right. Missing fingers mean a higher probability of fumbling the football. When's the last time you saw Jesus fumble anything? Huh? Well, the Gaza Strip, but that's a different thing.
Damn.
Anyway, I'm gonna head out.
Okay,
right,
fade to black. All right,
head out.
We'll see you guys later.
Wow. Okay. Love you. Basically, Notre Dame is still giving the flying fickle finger of fate to the rest of the NCAA about joining conference.
Fuck you.
There's no reason to join a conference. And I can't remember who on the show is always like, oh, they're going to it's Wasikowski. Oh, they're going to the Big Ten. Look at all the UPS drivers.
Yeah, what are the drivers saying?
Bro. Let me find it.
Bro.
Let me find it over here. Hang on. Kevin, the cartwheeler guy.
Hey, Kevin.
Kevin, do you really do cartwheels?
No.
Monty, thanks for the shout out. Nobody appreciates what Brown can do for you, not even me. And I have been on the job for 14 years. I didn't get $1,800 a year. I didn't get anything but more packages in my truck. And I'm expected to stay out 5 hours or 50 hours. It doesn't matter. I don't come back until it's done. And nobody ever appreciates that. And for the record, no, I'm not reading that. I am not reading that. No, but you know what? My cartwheel diamond dude, I appreciate, I think, I do believe that FedEx and UPS, and to Cartwheel Guy's point, not Amazon. Why do you guys hate Amazon drivers so much?
Do you believe?
Like, that's amazing how many, every UPS driver pretty much has commented on Amazon drivers.
Because I'm just guessing, obviously not an expert, but my guess is that they probably get a little pissy about Amazon drivers because Amazon drivers just, they've got the new truck, it's all electric and
Rivians.
Rivians, and, everybody and their mom can be an Amazon driver. And, that's not the case for UPS and FedEx drivers, right? I mean, there's a certain class, a certain prestige to them and what they do, obviously. So, I think that it is, I think that's probably, up that alley kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's very interesting that we're in a position where we don't have a way to appreciate guys like that, because I think it's difficult. Chewy Gonzalez, the other place to watch is It's Your Mom's House.
Oh! You ought to know. You bought it.
Is it Mom Joke Monday?
Apparently.
Is that what we're doing? In the comment section for the next 2 minutes, should Notre Dame join a conference? I don't know why we would. There's just no, and I love saying it, but there's no lever to pull to move. For instance, the Big Ten. If they were going to join a conference, my preference would be the SEC, because I think that's where you go to play the best of the best. But if you're Notre Dame, you're joining the Big Ten. And I just don't think there is any reason for Notre Dame to join a conference. There's no reason. Mike Smith, I'm enjoying this mocking Christian religion portion of the show. Hey, anything I can do to help. Was says, I would say it, but I would get in trouble. Okay.
Oh, that's a first on our show, dude. Showing some restraint. Wow.
Make Wasikowski innocent again. Nobody likes Bezos. Dude, the whole Lawrence thing. No, I might. Gumby says maybe. No. Amazon drivers do not follow the rules, do not scan packages into the system. Lack of professionalism is clear. Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, so you're saying they don't fit into your criteria. That's what you're saying.
Criteria. Let's see. Daniel Dixon. We all know Notre Dame fans aren't going to heaven. They're going to hell in a handbasket every year when we
Damn.
can't stop Ohio State at the stadium.
These people going to heaven.
Yeah, maybe your ma didn't go to heaven.
Damn.
Oh, great movie. Great movie.
Like,
Great
holy
movie.
crap.
I think Notre Dame should join the Big Ten only if they can keep the home games on NBC and keep the extra money. No. Okay. The one good reason to join is to cut down on travel costs. They don't have travel costs. They quite literally, they don't. Okay.
You think you know it all.
Notre Dame's got an airline deal. The official airline. And why would they want to cut down? Do you know their schedule this year? Look at Notre Dame's.
Hell no.
Okay. James, I understand the probe is probably vibrating at this moment, which is, I get it. It's probably distracting. At Miami, at Miami, home for Texas A&M, home for Purdue, at Arkansas. Is South Bend, Indiana to Fayetteville that far? No. Home for Boise, home for NC State, home for USC. At Boston College, Navy, at Pitt, Syracuse, at Stanford. Is that really that much arduous travel? Stanford's probably the longest trip, but is a 2-hour flight to the East Coast, 3.5-hour flight to Miami? I'm going to say that's not that bad of travel. I don't think. Yes, Notre Dame should join a conference. I have no facts or logic to back that up. Just think it'd be interesting. Okay. At Enriquez, as long as they have NBC, they're good. And as long as they can schedule the Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, the Big 12, why wouldn't you? You need pretty much, if you look at their schedule, I wonder, is our guy Loner Phone still here? Okay, good, he is. Outside of the Pitt game, all of our opponents are P4s. Nothing? Okay.
Nope.
We don't have a non-P4 on our schedule this year. And I think it's exactly what we should be doing. You know, look at how many ACC teams are on the schedule. Boston College, and I hate to say it out loud, Stanford, Pitt, North Carolina State. We have plenty of P4 scheduling. And until that changes, I don't know why it would. Yeah. The Todd father, no reason, you'll always make it. Exactly right. K-State fan Scott, Notre Dame should join a conference due to playoff implications.
But why?
What playoff implications?
Why? What access is limited?
We have full access. We're guaranteed a spot if we're in the top 12 or, well, if the Big Ten gets away, the top 28. Chad Perling, Amazon trucks have AC. Oh, is that why people hate Amazon? Okay. Okay. Chewy, Notre Dame should join the Big 12 because you'll have guaranteed access to the CFP. Unfortunately, other Big 12 teams don't carry the same weight as them. That's very true. Notre Dame rivals are in the Big Ten. That simple. They are? I don't know who. Miami, the University of Miami Hurricanes? The U. They're in the ACC last time I checked. I'm being a jerk right now. USC, Big Ten. Michigan, but Michigan sucks. Michigan's not really, you have to, I'm going to move on. If you're missing 2 fingers, you'll never have to worry about counting to 10. It's Notre Dame's philosophy, apparently, with Marcus. Rochette, Amazon jobs suck sometimes. I'm not even about to complain about them. That's just ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay. Yet Notre Dame is tailor-made for the Big Ten. I tend to agree with that. Thailand, had 2 packages not scanned into my locker. I had to check my app. Tells me when deliveries are made. Amazon drivers just suck. Well, not all of them. Some. Notre Dame should play Michigan, Michigan State, Purdue, Ohio State, Nebraska, Indiana, and Illinois every year.
Why?
With all due respect, Purdue sucks. Do you understand that Purdue's not a good opponent?
No.
Michigan State, not a good opponent.
First team all iPhone.
I mean, really, Michigan's the only true Michigan and Ohio State, obviously. But Nebraska, and we got to talk about this.
Matt.
Okay, do you guys like Matt Rule? Is Matt Rule somebody that, like, when he talks, do you listen? Like, Jake, where are you on Matt Rule?
I mean, I liked Baylor Matt Rule a lot better than I like, Nebraska Matt Rule. And Matt is like the guy in the room that's super cool and, is telling you he knows everything. And, he's had some success, but never had amazing success, and just likes to talk.
But
And,
Jake,
and
Jake,
honestly,
Jake.
yeah, he's got a podcast, tells you everything you need to know. I'm sorry. Head coaches have time for podcasts now. Maybe that's why you're pretty mid on the football field right now, Matt.
Matt Rule
Jesus
has a podcast. Why are you so upset that Matt Rule? I mean, who doesn't want to hear from Matt Rule?
I think the game of football starts and ends at the quarterback position, man. Like, your quarterback has to play.
Wait, are you sure? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Breaking news.
Hang on.
How dumb do you think I am?
Wait, can you wait? That greatness didn't sink in. Can you say that again?
I think the game of football starts and ends at the quarterback position, man. Like, your quarterback has to play great. I think Dylan, the one thing that bothers me when people look at Dylan, like the Mahomes comparisons, that's just cheaping who he is. Like, I mean, he follows one of the greatest quarterback playing the game right now. And he's 19 years old. Why wouldn't he? Right? Like, he knows the guy. But this kid, man, I'm telling you now, he's a grinder. He's a tough guy. I told him when he came here, I said, hey, this league, some of the worst teams in the league are going to draft you someday to be the savior. So come help me, reclaim and get this thing back going again.
What?
Now, he's not talking about Dylan Gabriel, the best quarterback that anybody's ever seen anywhere, apparently. He's talking about Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick, who's the starting quarterback at Nebraska. Okay, now I'm just Dylan Ravioli.
Mahomes.
Dylan Raiola. He's just a weird guy. And the thing that I have some appreciation for Matt Rule. I think he's actually really smart. I watched that whole episode. His co-host sucks. He's worse than Jake, if you can believe that. But
I'm unfamiliar with it.
When you look at Dylan Raiola, like, he's just a weird guy. He's not. If you've got to talk about Dylan Raiola this much, and if you've got to defend, old chubby 15 over here because he's being called fat, well, look, Chubbs, maybe get yourself some Zepbound. I mean.
Yeah, we can't get an NIL deal for some GLP-1s. What's the deal? I like him as a player. I think he's got tremendous upside. I hope Dana Holgerson can reach him and he will stop looking like he looks in this picture and people say he looks fat. I think he's padded. I think he's padded.
I mean,
yeah, if the padding is the gelatin on his body, sure.
Stop.
Yeah, sure.
He's thick.
Yeah.
But it is, the issue is he looks just like Patrick Mahomes. I think in this picture that I found today, when I was looking for chubby quarterbacks, it is not a good look. And you guys tell me, do you guys believe in these photos? And be honest, don't be your normal red assery self. Do you think, Mr. Ozempic is he battling his weight a little bit? Because this picture is not flattering. And,
right? You're trying to be Patty. Like, don't deny it, dude. Like
how can you deny it?
You're a budget by a Dollar General version of what Mahomes is, and there ain't no getting around that. And frankly, you're not putting good old Matty Poo in his podcast.
Do you really have to say pudding?
Yeah, you're not positioning Matt in a real good way to go on his podcast and defend you when you look mid as hell, dude.
Jake, shouldn't he be off-putting?
Yeah, he should.
Because he's between two.
Like, come on, dude.
He's yeah, you should be off-putting because you're fat.
Fat ass.
I don't know. Does he look fat? Is that fat Dylan Raiola right there?
Fat might be tough, but he's definitely a little chubby for a D1 quarterback.
Dude, look at this picture, you guys. Is that the same guy? Like, are you kidding me? How much? I mean, dude.
Hey, listen, I'm qualified to talk about who's a fat ass and who's not, mainly because I'm a fat ass. And this guy, for a quarterback, is fat. Like, move along, dude. Like, I don't like Mahomes gets the benefit of the doubt for being on a boat and hanging out with his wife and all the homies. He gets a pass because he's won a Super Bowl.
But look, King of Thailand has the answer.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So get your facts straight.
Yeah.
The Todd father, Nebraska is even worse than Iowa. They're so amazing and then mid. Are you guys fans of Matt Rule? Irrelevant since Baylor, not wrong. Matt Rule podcast, like he posts game interviews, dude. It is his. Matt says a lot of good things on the podcast. He really does. But his co-host is just unlistenable.
Yeah, one of those good things wasn't that Dylan Raiola is being characterized not good enough. That wasn't his best take.
Yeah, I think Dylan Raiola has a lot to prove. A lot to prove. Replica Rolls-Royce Phantom versus Chrysler 300. Well, you're not wrong about that.
At least give him the Chrysler Town and Country label. I mean, come on.
I haven't seen many coaches have a weekly show, but normally it's old school radio type show, not their own podcast. Coach Prime changed that. No doubt. King of Thailand, I'm confused. It's not even Prize Picks and dropping kids off at the pool.
Okay.
He's got rib pads on. Listen, it's not rib pads. It's here, this one. It's rib meat. He looks, I don't know. He looks fine. I don't think he's fat. He's just the problem is he's a douchebag. He's this
so lazy ass in the gym.
This right here makes you a douchebag. Right? You're trying, and I'm not trying to be right, like he's a douchebag.
This makes you a douchebag.
Right? Because Patrick Mahomes, say it with me, is a douchebag. And you tell him apart. You tell them apart.
I mean, I guess not, dude.
Come on. You're trying to be somebody you're not, and he's no Jared Lorenzen. Jeez, we had a picture of him a couple of weeks ago. Dad. Just fixed a flat tire in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, jamming to the Monty Show. Sorry, just glazing. Carry on. Okay. Appreciate that. Toot Pants, the Jakey 2 Red Ass Cheeks Show. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Chad Perling, he's not fat. He's just got girth.
That's right. That's right.
Girth, length, and okay.
Length and girth.
Okay. It's not,
Dude, can we stop with the Jared, too fat to play football conversation in the comments section? Yeah. Come on.
Okay. Listen, I don't, Jared pushing 450 pounds. Ooh. MJ losing 23XI Racing. That lawsuit's getting ugly.
Yeah.
And now they're talking about Tyler Reddick walking away, and it is not that there's a long way to go in that, but it is not good. It is not good. I mean, it's certainly not as good as Terry McLaurin signing a 3-year, $96 million contract today.
Why did this have to be so difficult? Can I just ask that question? Why did you make this so difficult? Like, what was the hesitation in re-signing this dude?
I think it is. I don't know, man. It's just I don't understand why Terry McLaurin is the hill you chose to die on. Honestly, I don't understand that. And I know we have a lot of football fans of the 12,000 people watching the show today. What's up on X? Good to see you guys. Also, hey, a lot of people ask us about our podcast. Anywhere you get an audio podcast, just search The Monty Show, Monty, The Monty Show, whether that is Spotify, Apple, iHeart, you name it. Just look for The Monty Show. YouTube, obviously, Facebook, socials. We're on everywhere. Insta, Snapface, and TikTok. And hey, shout out, by the way, to everybody who's like, oh, hey, Monty, I know that's you. I noticed your car.
Hey, Monty.
I love that everybody's like, oh, I saw your car at Costco. Saw your car at the gym. The one guy says to me, oh, I saw you pumping gas at Maverick.
Good
hey,
for
man.
You, buddy.
I appreciate that. Stop by and say hello, right? No, you cannot take it for a drive. But it's good. It's good to hear all the shout outs on the BMW, you guys. Like, I really appreciate all of you who follow me on TikTok and Instagram. You probably see the ride a little more than everybody else. But yeah, it's a good life to drive an X4M competition at that, because that car is a monster. So, hey, follow us where we are. Everybody on X, thank you so much for blowing up our X channel. Our viewership on X is way up, and we really appreciate that. The stadium guy, James Shody, I have to take Texas on that one. Archie has more experience in Ohio State. Well, that's going to be one of the games of the year. And I think I lean Texas. I just think they're bigger up front, and I think Julian Sands got a lot of proving to do. And that's a tough place to come out of the box. So, Mike Smith, Jared had one of the best overtime games ever in college football, and he was still going hard even though they lost. I don't know how he did not have a heart attack.
Yeah.
You and everybody else, dude. You and everybody else. McLaurin went from McLeavin to McLaren. He really did.
Yeah.
And then there's Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons. And tried to get to this last week, and we just didn't. Jerry Jones has got to somehow, some way, stop doing, just shut up.
Spirit of not doing the old mother-dad deal. How many times have you seen the little rascal, so clever, go in there, and mama told him, you're not going to get it. And goes in to daddy, who only sees him after 5 in the afternoon, wants to love him, and says, you can have it, son. You can have that before dinner. And he goes back in and says, Mama, Daddy said I could have it. That's the old mom, dad, been around since the beginning of time. I'm not going to go for that here. That's what's happening.
You're not going for it?
I'm not going for it. No. But we've had a very, very strong negotiation. Now, by the way, frankly, it wouldn't have made any difference what the negotiation was. Guess who has to be comfortable for this to work?
Micah.
And who else?
You.
Hello. There's not room for a third. There's not room for a third. This will be a good one.
What are we doing? What are we doing? If anybody wants to try and explain that to me, I don't understand what we're doing. Because then if that weren't all, then you get Ryan Clark at ESPN spilling all the tea on Jerry Jones and how truthful he's not been.
I just hit David Mulligetta, and I simply asked him, I said, did you tell Jerry Jones to stick the contract up his ASS? Because I was like, ain't no way. And he laughed, and he said, I've never used that phrase in my life. So for anybody who is reporting that, for Jerry Jones saying that, this is false. This never happened. This is just another public way to make this situation, which is already ugly, even uglier. David Mulligetta in no way has ever told Jerry Jones or any other general manager or owner that. It's all bull crap. It's all lies.
I agree. And if you are Micah Parsons, please stand your ground. Now, I would recommend you stop sleeping on equipment boxes on the sideline. Bad look.
Not in pads.
I would say not to do that. But I don't believe Jerry Jones for a second. Jerry Jones wants to eliminate Micah Parsons' agent, and that's just not up to you, sir. And Jerry's arrogance is frankly not warranted, because if Micah Parsons wants to win, he should go somewhere else. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do. I think he will likely play, and as soon as he can leave, he will leave. They'll tag him over and over and over again because the NFL system sucks in that way. But if I'm Micah Parsons, I'm not putting the rest of my career on the line. Yeah, sure. I'll hold in. I'll keep lifting weights. I'll keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'll train with my trainer in my personal time. But I think he'll report, and he's going to have a sore back, and my hip hurts, my knee hurts. Yeah, I just don't feel good. I can't go today. And that's exactly what I would do, because the guy has earned it. Mm-hmm. And Jerry Jones' financial mismanagement is what has cost Micah Parsons here. He had the cap space. He completely botched the contracts the exact same way he's botching Micah Parsons. I don't feel bad for Jera at all. And I think Micah Parsons is doing the right thing.
Absolutely. And I think the messiness of this situation is now part of Micah's strategy. You know, make it as loud as possible, put as much pressure on Jera as possible, and eventually he'll cave. And I think that's all that was on the sideline. You know, Shadi can sit here and tell us he's going to talk to Micah, and they're going to smooth this thing out, and they're going to iron out the wrinkles, and whatever analogy you want to use. But it's not going to get fixed until you pay the guy. So just pay him. It's that simple.
I could not agree more. I think you put that exactly right. David Mulageta is all about that moolah. Well, he's a phenomenal agent. He is a phenomenal agent. You know, out of the box, rolling on the ground. Okay. I saw Monty rolling. I saw Monty on the YouTube TV. Yeah. Good to see you, Gumby. Jerry Jones needs to go to a home. Guy is losing his marbles, dude.
I got the YouTube TV.
I mean, he doesn't have bruises on his hands, but speaking of which, Wasikowski, I'll offer 2 7s at this point for Detroit, Monty. Dude, if I'm the Lions, boss, you should do everything you can do to get him.
Selectively aggressive.
They won't trade him I don't think they'll trade him in the conference. Why would you?
Smiles and glory holes.
And my guess is you won't trade him probably anywhere on the East Coast, because anywhere you would trade him on the East Coast, Baltimore, Buffalo, I think they would love to trade him to Cleveland. I think they would love to trade him to some place where you just don't win, Jacksonville. And you need to pay the guy.
And I'm a vampire feeding off mass disappointment.
You can't tell me there aren't teams out there. And this has been out there. Teams have offered multiple ones, and the Cowboys won't even take the call.
Nope.
So, Toot Pants, what the F is he talking about? Mommy said no, daddy said yes. It's ridiculous, man. Toot, like, can you believe you had to type that from Jerry Jones? That's what's crazy. The Todd father. Okay, first time I've seen that. He offered him more than anyone not a QB. Is that not true? I don't know if it's true or not. Because Micah's side is being very professional about it. Jerry is not. Jerry won't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
And if Pickens does well this season, guess who is Pickens' agent? Well, where does this end well for Jerry Jones?
It doesn't.
Where does it end well? There's no way for it to end well. None. Lawrence went to Seattle because he tired of Jerry's BS. I think there's a lot of people who are. Yes, they offered to make Micah the most money by a player, not a QB, plus most guaranteed money. So they say. But we'll see. Are you Yeti? Avery Johnson has now outgained 14 of 15 opponents so far in his career. And
yeah, and what did that get him, dude? What did that get him?
Big Daddy Magic. He should go to Buffalo. Daddy Josh Allen will get him a ring he deserves. Maybe you should go find the dead bodies that you left behind in Chicago when we beat that ass. Daddy. Number 2, maybe get Josh Allen to win a big game. I don't know, mainly over Dylan Raiola and the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm not your daddy.
Well, apparently Dylan Raiola is Josh Allen's dad. Oh, I'm sorry. Patrick Mahomes is Josh Allen's daddy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Just saying.
King of Thailand, I would like to point out NFL bot not here today.
Yeah.
Well, it's not late in the week and they're not trying to get you to pirate stuff. You know.
Don't worry, they'll show up.
Before we go. Yeah, I mean, the fight's a big deal. Okay. I didn't want to show the fight, but now I see.
Who's asking to see the fight?
How big of a deal is this fight with Avery Johnson in Dublin? Here's the video.
One more.
What are we doing?
Are those hiccups?
Yes. A deadly case of hiccups, yes.
Avery Johnson's dad apologized. In a joint statement. That is Avery Johnson's dad and his brother getting into a fight. This is a really serious issue. And I think that if you're a K-State fan, this should be a big deal for you.
I mean, I think it's embarrassing, you know, and again, go back and listen to the beginning of the show, but you can't tell me alcohol is not involved. Can't tell me that alcohol didn't lead to emotions based on how the game went. Can't tell me that you know, Avery Johnson's dad isn't all pissed off about you know, about the hiccups he has, like, you know.
Everybody stay quiet for a second.
No, I can't produce.
Give us what we want. Give us what we want.
I'm trying.
Give us what we want.
I'm trying.
Fucking A.
Oh,
dude, it's so bad. It's so bad.
The Monty Show, as always. I'll put you out of your misery. It's fine. Oh, wait, what happened? Wait, hang on. We did. Makes college football fans think that Avery Johnson and his home life are unstable. Well, you think? Cubs are off today, so Monty can figure out what to do with prize picks. Okay.
Dude, why are you doing this to me, Joseph?
Okay, I'm so frustrated with Amazon. See, you just can't get away from it. Okay, so I wanted to order 1,000 pieces of a product to sell for the holiday season. Amazon only allocates you so many hiccups in their warehouses, right? Amazon only allocates you so many square feet in your warehouse, in their warehouses. I have 13 cases that I need to deliver to Amazon warehouses. They will only allow me to deliver 11. I bid for more space. They turned my bid down.
No.
Because I did not bid high enough. So now I have to bid higher.
Biggest kick in the balls you'll ever get.
You son of a...
This case is empty.
Prize Picks, the official daily fantasy partner of the Monty Show. I am on a heater. I would like to thank Avery Johnson for throwing for at least 1 yard. Because Chaboy got paid on that, thankfully. Dak Prescott, you guys, is still a half yard. He is the play. Go and get it right now, right here. Download the Prize Picks app. God, it's so hard to get my finger over Monty. Use the promo code Monty. Download the Prize Picks app. Tonight, Emmett Shaheen is the 3.5 strikeout lightning discount. I like it a lot. Are you done?
No.
Not close.
It's so bad.
I like it a lot. I think I am going to go more on the Shaheen discount. I am going to go more on that. And if you look at the other baseball tonight, it's almost taking candy from a baby. Now, I'm not sure that I have ever said this out loud. Bobby Witt on a Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby
from those scumbag Kansas City Royals. He is 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, which he has done 5 straight games. He is Royals White Sox tonight. Jake, Bobby Witt Jr. is Chaboy.
Yeah.
Do you like this? Do you like this demon?
I love it. The White Sox not betting, taking positions against the White Sox.
I love them.
Bro, I'm so hungry. I had a great lunch, and I am so hungry that I have the hiccups. 3.5. 3.5. Hits, runs, and RBIs. More. Damn. Bro.
I'm going to take it. Ho ho!
Well, how could you, bro? Dude. Honestly.
Oh my God, just like that. Oh.
Like, really?
Yeah, really. I'll go Bobby Witt. No, I don't want that. Wait a minute. Take it easy way. Take it easy way. I'm going to go more on the 2.5. And then, I don't know. There's a bunch of other good ones tonight. I was looking as to Jacob deGrom against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, who just got swept by the Chicago Cubs. 7 strikeouts. He has hit that 3 of his last 5. So I think I'm going to go more. And that puts me at Bobby Witt Jr., 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Jacob deGrom at 7 strikeouts. And Shaheen at 7 strikeouts. Or at 4 strikeouts, excuse me. Flex play, 20 to win 110. Probably just should end it right there. I mean, there's nothing more I have to offer you.
Dude.
Oh,
Bro,
see, and I tried to stay away from this today.
No, hold on. No, we're not doing this today.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You suck.
No, we're not.
Yes, Cade Horton, Rookie of the Year. Damn right, go Cubs.
Let's not get ridiculous.
The Monty Show.
Fuck up, Donnie.
It's not ridiculous. Okay, see, you say stuff. You're like, it's not ridiculous. Until tomorrow, hiccup, Jake.
Okay, bye. I can't produce it. I'm sorry. I can't.